10 Tenths Podcast with Michael and Adam and the Vice President of Time Attack Relations and Distributions. I don't know.
Rules and statistics.
Rules and statistics. Relations.
Yes, public relations.
Public relations.
Human resources.
Human
maybe?
resources, most definitely.
Probably,
most definitely. Vice President of Human Resources. Surely there's something else he's in charge of now.
Finances, maybe.
Finances. Internal communications.
Ooh, there we go.
External communications.
External communications.
Social media. That's a thing.
Chief.
Social media executive.
Social media executive. Chief investment officer and chief information officer.
Whoa.
CIO and
Is that
CIO.
what that stands for?
It's either or. It's either investment.
Oh, those are both CIO,
yeah.
aren't they?
CIO.
That's intense.
Operations.
Right.
Yep. Of Time Attack.
Of Time Attack for the DMVR SCCA region.
Dang.
Yay, Robbie! Woo!
It's weird what this podcast creates for me. make one comment, then all of a sudden I get a phone call. Hey,
from the guy.
You serious about that? Yeah. Well, perfect, because I'm going to do other things and be a director for the mid-div area. I'm like, oh. Well, that's perfect then. I'll do it. So then we did the whole SCCA meeting yesterday, and apparently that's what I'm doing next year.
Did they vote yay or nay? Did anyone vote nay?
No one had to vote. Apparently, you don't have to vote
it's an
to
appointment.
appoint.
Oh, they should have put that to a vote.
I got appointed.
I would have liked to know if anyone would have said nay.
I know, right? Say nay to my face.
Yeah, bring it to my face.
Booney might have done like a fake nay, or like if he knew you had it, he would have gone, yeah, nay, screw that guy.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's funny because
right?
we sit down and Eric's talking about it, and then Booney points to me, he's like, he'll do it. I'm like, we've already had this conversation, Booney. That's why I'm here.
Literally the first one I've ever made it to.
No, second one.
Oh, I think we went together to one, didn't we?
Third one, then. I went to one.
We went to one at MB2 once, didn't we?
Yeah, and I went to the Smoky D's ones a while back.
Yep.
So, yeah, we've been to a few.
Back when we started the podcast and we thought that we were going to be more involved in things.
Now we are.
I am now.
Well, yeah, but then we were like, I don't have time for that shit. And then now it's come back around it. But now
I don't have time, but I'm doing it anyway.
Now instead of us like, we're going to change the world, people are like, hey, you
come here.
I am appointing you. Deal with it.
Yeah, it's more like you're being told to do this. I'm leaving now.
That's very okay. That's very adult of you, Robbie.
Yeah. Well, I figured I'd just go full Jabay on this. We'll do the podcast. I'll try to race as much as I can. I'll try to do Time Attack.
Try to do podcast. You're like,
I'm so tired.
Doing a podcast. I'm so tired. It's 3 a.m.
Well, I turned to Jessica. And go, it's a good thing I've been bored lately. I'm just looking for something new to do.
It's got to be a good thing. I mean,
yeah,
Eric's got other stuff to do.
I'm excited about it.
I wonder what being bored feels like.
Wouldn't know.
I don't remember.
My brain doesn't process that anymore.
I miss it.
Being bored was great. It was the best.
I think it was. At the time, I think I hated it.
Yeah, because you wish you had something to do.
But now I kind of wish I could be there.
I wish I had nothing to do.
Just give me one day of boredom. Then I can appreciate other things.
Right.
I think the only time in recent history when I've had a day of not doing anything, I'm just sitting there literally going, this is the best.
God, I love Netflix.
How long can I sit here and watch Netflix?
I have influenza B, but at least I'm not at work. Just kicking it.
I have noticed that as I've gotten older, like if I come down with a cold,
you're not going
I'm not going to work.
No.
You got nothing to prove at this point, man.
Honestly, in my opinion, going to work sick, fireable offense.
Yeah, because you're spreading the germs.
Because
you are the plague.
Not only are you less efficient the day you're worthless. There, but if you make anyone else sick, you've ruined the efficiency of that person as an employee as well.
Uh-huh.
And just staying home we'd have been money ahead if you'd have stayed home.
Yeah, selfish.
Fireable.
It's selfish.
It is selfish.
Actually,
let me justify it however I want.
I remember last year I came down with something like the Thursday of March Madness, and it was like, I can't call in. I can't. I did, but in my head, I'm just like, I had to post a picture on Instagram of like my soup. I'm like, I'm really sick.
I'm dying. I swear.
I've never had that problem. Interestingly enough,
I swear that I'm sick.
Just a quick Google machine check on what sickness does to the U.S. economy. The flu costs the U.S. economy. Don't know how they measure this. Not going to open the article. Don't care if you don't believe me.
Nope, don't care.
$10 billion.
Accurate, I believe.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
I assume that's annually. And general illness costs the workforce or the economy $576 billion.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Stay home.
yeah.
Speaking of things we don't like to fact check, and if you don't like it, don't listen.
Tell me more.
I was listening to the radio show this morning, and they were talking. They're gone all week, so they're like playing highlights. So this is old, but it was the first time I heard it. It was new to me. They're talking about conspiracy theories.
Nice.
And I got a new favorite.
Oh boy.
Pigeons are all government robots.
Oh, no, I've heard of this one.
one too.
I've never heard.
Yes. So birds aren't real. Is basically
But they were specific to pigeons.
Pigeons.
Okay.
'Cause you've never seen a baby
You've
pigeon.
never seen a baby pigeon. I've never even seen a small pigeon.
No.
You just
They're
see
all
adult,
big.
full-grown pigeons.
Have you ever seen a nest?
I mean,
They don't nest.
I don't know.
Okay, hold on a second. There's like a group. There's like a group of people.
Of course there is.
Birds aren't real.
70,000 people. This
Facebook.
says
Birds
from
aren't
January.
Is it a Facebook group? Or what do you mean a group? Like a subreddit or a Facebook group, or what are we talking?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right, now you're making me fact check stuff.
No, we
Oh,
don't.
dude,
Oh.
no, just talk about how ridiculous
yeah, I don't know
and
if this
stupid
is-
these people
So
are.
there's a website, birdsaren'treal.com. Free shipping for United States truth seekers. So if
Oh,
you
I want a T-shirt. This is "Birds Aren't Real" on it.
They all say birds aren't real. So it's
so-
somewhere between parody and people actually believing it.
But I have
anyway.
I have like one burning question that I need answered with this conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Because in order for this to be real, there has to be one of two things. Either birds have been robots for 100 years,
Yep.
or the government went genocide
And kill
on
them.
birds and replaced them overnight with robots.
They definitely.
Or I mean, they could do it slowly, I suppose.
Yeah, you can
but
phase them in.
like, one of the either they killed them all, killed them,
Yeah.
or they've been that way since day one.
He's got an answer.
I'm on Auburn. Autobahn. Or no, fuck. Can't say it. Is it Autobahn?
How's it spell?
Audubon. Autobahn.
Sure, Audubon.
The bird people.
Right.
Org. It's an org.
Society.
Of course it is.
No. It's a legitimate.
No, this is like a
people. Yeah,
these
it's
are
Autobahn.
people,
yeah.
bird watchers.
Autobahn and Autobahn got me really screwed up.
This
there
is
for
one
a
of the
second.
things
I'm
that
sorry.
I think you do when you are old. Like, you've transitioned out of middle age and into old person.
Yep.
When you start putting up bird feeders and do bird watching, like my parents,
Yeah.
their whole backyard is nothing but suet feeders and bird feeders.
I had one
and-
bird feeder,
Well,
but I forgot to fill it.
Yeah, see, there it is.
Yeah,
There
that's
it
because
is.
you're
That
a
was it.
young
It
person.
hasn't been filled in.
Like if you're cleaning your bird bath, it's out, man. It's
Yeah,
out.
no, that's when you've transitioned from middle age and into old.
No.
Okay, so let me just read this because it's a whole thing that you're going to have to process. The CIA assassinated John F. Kennedy after he refused to
Jesus
kill and
Christ.
replace billions of birds with drones. The U.S. government is sequestering a team of Boeing engineers in Area 51 for secret military mission. Our tax dollars have been funneled into building of the, in quotes, Turkey X-500, a robot used to hunt large birds. It's not done. Combine all these conspiracies, and you get birds aren't real, and nearly two-year-old movement that claims the CIA took out 12 billion feathered fugitives because the directors within the organization were annoyed that birds have been dropping fecal matter on their car windows. The targets were eradicated between 1959 and 1971 with specially altered B-52 bombers stocked with poison.
Chemtrails.
Chemtrails.
Oh, it all comes together.
They were then
Full circle.
Yeah.
They were then replaced with avian-like robots that could be used to surveil Americans. So that's it right there.
And you know what else we did?
We bought cell phones.
We tied this into cars because they're mad about birds pooping on their cars. Look at us.
Yep.
Professional fucking podcast.
The most professional. But anyway, that's Autobahn's not saying they believe in that. They're just explaining it. Just to be very clear. I'm not saying that Autobahn says that birds are fake all of a sudden. I'm just saying that they're explaining what happened. That article goes on much further.
You
if
thought we were
choose to read
watching
it.
birds. No.
They're watching
the
us.
The birds are watching us.
Exactly. Our little surveillance devices failed today when Instagram and Facebook
People-
went down.
People
I
panicked.
So I was in the middle of nowhere. I just thought I didn't have cell service.
Well, I tried to post stuff this morning. I was like, well, I guess I'll wait.
I actually, a friend of mine, James, made a post saying something to the effect of, we've been arguing about how the government would take over the general populace, through removing our guns and all that. He's like, I think they could just switch us all to 3G and that would take down all of society.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. Sad.
It is sad. Anyway, is that it for Conspiracy Theory Corner?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, great.
They had a few other good ones, but that's fine.
Conspiracy Theory is brought to you by our favorite fake person, James, at KangaMotorsports.com.
Mike Donnelly got the painting.
He did.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
That is cool.
That was one of ours, right? We can claim him.
Claim him.
Yeah, absolutely.
The tie-in and all that. Yeah,
He's got an
cool.
RX-8.
So Mike's getting a real painting.
Yeah.
So that's neat.
Allegedly.
No, he's getting it. No, we talked about. He's
we
getting it from Zach.
Zach
is real.
Right.
Zach is real. James is a government hoax.
Yep. Conspiracy Corner.
Right.
Presented by Kanga Motorsports.
I'm sure he would love to take claim of that. But
I'm getting a text one day morning. It's like, come on,
dude, really,
dude.
come on, killing me here. It was funny for a while, but damn, dude, I'm a real person.
Nope, it's still funny.
My feelings are real, Dick.
One of the conspiracies was that Australia is fake.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that when you fly there, they actually fly you to a government-controlled island where they pretend to be Australian. And I was like, couldn't that just be Australia?
Yeah,
like,
isn't that Australia at that point?
Yeah, I mean...
So what's their? They say the benefit. Like, why would the government make up Australia?
Well, first of all, they don't say it's they, not the government. It's just they.
It's the
them.
It's them.
Bearing power.
Right, they.
The ominous overbearing power.
Who is they? I don't know. But they never... I mean... They didn't explain
why.
Why.
Well, it's I mean, yeah, it's the same thing with flat Earth. Like, but why? Like, why?
Right.
Why?
What are they hiding from us?
Right.
The truth, man.
Yeah, but why?
It's a great question. If you guys haven't seen
don't
that,
poke holes in it.
What? I mean, let's pretend for a second that I'm willing to entertain that you're right.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay? Which I'm not.
No,
because you're wrong.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
But if I was willing to entertain that you're right, you need to give me a reason why they, whoever they is,
them,
would not want us to know that the Earth is flat and that there's some sort of advantage into trying to force the mass population into believing that the Earth is round. What are you gaining from that?
I don't know, man. I can't answer that.
That's my problem with 90% of these conspiracy theories. It's like some of them could be real, but give me a good reason why.
There's no reason.
Like, okay, if you want to believe that 9/11 was an inside job, like I think you could give me a good reason why for that one. But like, why does the Earth need to be round instead of flat? Like that, there's no good reason for that.
Plus all the fluoride, it turns
the fluoride, yes.
They turn the frogs gay.
Yeah.
Is that
why?
Is that what he said? Turn the frogs gay? Was
Well,
that
Alex
right?
it's also a
Alex
mind
Jones.
control thing.
I've heard that before, but I
apparently
couldn't
it's
remember.
turning frogs gay.
I couldn't remember why he said the frogs were turning gay, but it
Yeah,
was
that's
the fluoride.
fluoride
It was
in
the
the
water.
So get one of his straws.
Some days I miss Alex Jones
Why?
for entertainment value.
For entertainment value, yeah.
Fine.
He's just entertainment.
Can't be on YouTube anymore, though. And I don't want InfoWars on my browser history.
Absolutely not.
Is it info? Is it still out there? Can you get info?
I assume InfoWars.
His website's still up.
It's
It has
still
to be.
Infowars.com. It was always a thing, even though it was on
So
YouTube as well.
They can't shut down your own website.
Yeah, they can't.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know if he kind of went off into the weeds after all that bad
man.
shit
No,
happened.
I'm sure it's on his page.
That's just the
can't find
man
it.
trying to put him down. That's
They.
just they.
The man is trying to put him down because I typed in info
Well, yeah.
space wars and it didn't come up.
The man is putting him.
How messed up is that?
Because Google's censoring
Fuck, man.
you, man.
It is on here. Ooh, he's got a radio show.
Oh, yeah, I think he's always had a radio show.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
they
I don't-
consider that a radio show?
The podcast
I think that's
radio
where
show
it
thing.
was started. Oh, he probably does have a podcast, doesn't
It
he?
does. Yeah, it's InfoWars is a podcast.
Oh, I always thought it was just like a news.
think.
Watch live. Is
Right?
it on all the time?
I don't know. I just remember that time
I'm
he
gonna
pulled up
screw
his
up all the
phone and it
bandwidth.
was like a browser history and had porn on it. I remember that. I remember that circling around. That was fun.
That was doctored, though. That didn't
No, it
really
was not.
happen.
It was-
He's on right now.
what?
Assuming this is live. Yeah.
I don't need to watch that.
Oh no. This
It was live.
has got to be a rebroadcast. Yeah. He's still out there doing it though.
You know
People
what?
still believe him.
Good for him, man. Hey, we had a mechanic we hired a while ago. He's already left, but he came in like a lifted Jeep, you know, and it was
Yeah.
kind of pimped out. And I was like, oh, maybe this guy's a car guy, right? Because I literally work with no car guys.
Lame.
And I was like, oh, maybe I can be like friends with this guy, and he's a mechanic, so that would be good for me, right? Like I can,
win-win.
I can push
Bounce
my
ideas.
stuff. No, I can get my shit at work fixed
Oh, I see.
quicker
Yeah.
because I have the fast track to the mechanic, right? Yeah, he had an InfoWars sticker on his truck, and I was like, oh, well, I appreciate you giving me the heads up that you're a crazy person. I appreciate the warning. Turns out these bumper stickers are useful after all.
They're quite useful.
Maybe Alex Jones is. That's a conspiracy right there, dude. Alex Jones is doing us all a favor by
point out
making
who
up
these
all
people
of this
are.
crazy bullshit and then passing out
I
these
like it.
bumper stickers. And so it's like,
like
hey,
it.
crazy person.
Should we talk about cars?
Please.
We talked about cars a little bit.
I mean,
All right, let's do an opener. How about that?
yeah, let's.
Presented by Factory Fabrication, who is real.
Co-hosted by Michael Beck.
Oh, yeah, I am going to say things about this. I don't know exactly what you're going to say, but I'm
I
going
don't
to
know,
say
really.
things.
I was just going to talk about the license plate.
Do you want me to
because I
start
think it's-
introducing it?
I think it's interesting because is this democracy working?
What are you talking about?
No,
So-
I would
so
say no.
Iowa-
I think it's a failure of democracy, and I'm going to explain it.
Let's explain. Okay. So Iowa, we got new license plate. What? 2 years ago?
2 years ago is
and
what
they're
they said.
and everyone hates them. I really don't care.
They're blue, white, and green.
I don't really care.
You don't have to
Their
bother
license
if you
plates.
want.
Who really cares?
You don't have to.
I think people get way too
Yeah, no, I
caught up in your license
I do think they're a
plates.
lot uglier than the last ones.
I don't care.
The Porsche has them on there, and I kind of got over it.
Yeah, they're just.
But like, if they're
license
like, "Hey, do you want to keep this license plate or get this new ugly one?" I'm gonna
So-
be like, "No,
yeah.
I don't want."
So now apparently a bunch of people petitioned and things happened, and now we have, because a bunch of people used to get, so Iowa, I think a lot of states do this where you can buy
Colleges.
college license plates,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them in Iowa is Dort, and it's like a small Christian private college
Yep.
in Robbie's favorite town.
Sioux Center.
Isn't that where Dort is?
Yes.
Yes. That's where all of his high school sleuts hung out.
Yes.
So many fond.
Dort.
Not a Dort.
Oh,
okay.
no, he was a high schooler. They were college girls. That was unobtainium.
Anyway, carry on.
But they were black license plates, and everybody would be buying these Dort license plates and then putting license plate trims around it so you couldn't see the word Dort, but you have a black license plate. So now the state finally released these, what they're calling blackout license plates, which are just black plates with white words and white lettering on them. And everyone, like all these car enthusiasts, have all simultaneously rejoiced.
And bottom.
I don't get it. But apparently Michael is in the boat because he bought one.
I bought one.
See, I just want the blue with the white, but that's because I have a blue
I think it's
car.
coming. I think that they have
The retro.
Well, so I don't remember all the. I've been going back and forth with Tim about this and talking about this because there's some things that have happened that I'll get to in a minute. But
Yep.
I think that the state thought that they were going to sell like a total of 2,000 of these, and I think that they maybe got 2,000 orders on the first day. So now we'll see what happens. But my theory is that maybe they'll release like a blue plate. I was thinking it would be super cool if Iowa did retro plates.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter what year your vehicle is, but you just say like, "Hey, I want like the just the blue plate." Like we used to have a blue and white plate.
Here, Robbie, I'm going to
Retro,
send you a
it's cool.
photo of all of our Iowa license plates.
Yeah, there we go. We used to have a green one. You know,
From the Iowa DOT. They posted it on their social media, and it's actually kind of cool. Apparently, way back in the day, we had leather license plates.
Rad.
And I think we should bring those back.
I don't know about the leather ones, but I'm down for like these most recent ones. Like the red one's cool, the blue one's cool, the green one's cool.
I remember as a kid, like when I'm driving around with Dad and we're looking into people's backyards and stuff like that, trying to see if we can buy cars. You always looked for blue or green license plates because you knew that car had been parked for a while, and that was an indication of it maybe being something you could possibly buy.
Forgotten about.
Yeah.
Maybe not neglected, but not in use. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
So there's some cool plates on here. Like, I mean, they're all just one color. I mean, they're not anything fancy
Yeah, until
the
98.
last two,
Yeah.
where we kind of got fancy. But now that back in the day they were just painted and stamped, and now we're just printing a vinyl onto a piece of aluminum.
Yes.
So, but anyway, what's your
So,
conspiracy theory about these black plates?
I'm a little upset, and I wasn't 100% prepared to talk about this.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's totally fine. But So what happened was when this bill was entered, and if you're really curious about this, you should research it, or get a hold of Tim and he'll
Definitely don't take our statements as fact.
Maybe I'll ask Tim to make a post on the group about it so people can, because Tim's researched it a lot. But it was originally, this idea was introduced because they wanted to reduce the tint laws.
Yeah, they're trying to change our tint laws pretty actively.
So what they were going to do is they were going to allow people to have darker tint, and then to try to offset some of that, they were going to sell these plates, and then part of the blackout plate,
offset the revenue lost by not being able to issue tint tickets.
Yes,
oh, Jesus Christ.
And then, but then they said that what they were going to do is they were going to allow a portion of those proceeds to go towards mental health. So they're kind of like spinning all this together to make.
Why mental health of all things?
So that's what everyone's going for right now.
Everybody's upset because a couple years ago Iowa changed some law that affected mental health funding,
and because Iowa's ranked 50 out of 50. It's fucking pathetic.
Yeah. Well.
Good fucking work. So anyway, what happened, and I'm looking at Tim's text trying to get some of these facts straight here before I talk about this. But anyway, what happened at some point is this went through a whole bunch of revisions. They took the tint thing out, which, whatever. That's fine.
It's still on the table, though, because they're still pushing it.
They push it every year,
Yeah. So they took it out for attached to the plate.
Right.
And then they... some representative, and I wish I could find this guy's name. I'm really sorry. Let's see.
I actually kind of want to give the guy credit.
No, give the guy credit for screwing something up.
Oh, did he screw something up?
Yeah, so basically when the bill was going through, he struck through the part that said that the money would go towards mental health services. And it was supposed to be by county. So basically it was going to go into the road fund, and then money would get distributed to the mental health services based on the county that the plate was issued. Like Warren County would get some, and Polk County would get a whole bunch, and then Story County would get some, and whatever else. But at some point in that bill getting passed around and changed, somebody struck that out and considered it like a non-significant change to the bill. And so they just sent it through, signed it, and Reynolds signed it. So if you go back and look at the articles about the plate from April, May, it talks about how the plate is to benefit some of the proceeds of the plate are to benefit mental health services for the counties, and somewhere along the line somebody struck that out, and it still went through. And I was under the impression when I bought the plate that I was spending $60, and a portion of that was going to help Polk County's mental health services.
Well, he's got a custom.
Yeah, I got a custom plate.
I know, but my custom plate's $25
plus the $40 for this, for the black.
Well, you have to pay.
That's what I'm saying.
Renewal fee. The renewal fee is not the same as the initiation
so every year
fee.
I have to pay 20. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should be the same.
Okay,
but it doesn't necessarily mean that the cost of the plate.
The first time you pay for it, it's $60, but it may be less. The annual registration.
Annual is like $25 or something,
which is what a standard special plate is.
Yes.
Because I have those on my S10. Well, I don't have them on my S10, I have them on my Omni.
If you want just a random number plate, it's like $35.
Oh, okay.
So, but I don't know. Like, why did that have to happen? Like, what's the only reason that would happen is greed.
Right.
So,
yeah, because even if they thought that there would be an insignificant number of plates sold, that should be even more of a reason to leave it in there.
So when an Iowa State plate sells, Iowa State benefits from that.
Do they?
Yeah, at some level.
Yeah.
So why can't we give the proceeds, some of the proceeds, doesn't have to be all of it?
We have breast cancer awareness ones, don't we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Certain.
Yeah, you got the fish and game one.
Do they donate money to the Susan G. Komen Foundation or something like that? Because I think that's what it says on that plate.
Yeah,
So some of your money goes to that?
At the DMV, they have the big poster, and it says where all the money goes.
There's an incredibly large number of special plates in this state. I don't know if all states do that. We have a ton.
Yeah, we have quite a few plates. It would go to, it is Susan G. Komen. I think that's what's on the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it says on there.
I'm clicking on it here to look at it. Sorry for the unprepared part of this. But.
So then this plate, just nobody gets anything out of it. So it's probably the only special plate that no one's getting anything out of.
Okay, so I'm looking at breast cancer awareness plate, and it says
Is a black band mental health awareness?
Might
I'm
be.
asking all these questions that I could, or that no one has the answers
Yeah, I
to.
was like, thanks for that. I don't know.
So it says, okay, here we go. Here we go. This answers your
I'm ready
question.
for it.
Personalized plate, $60 initiation fee, the breast cancer plate, $25 plate fee, plus $35 for the breast cancer awareness fund. Annual registrations, $15, $5 validation fee, $10 for the breast cancer awareness fund. So every time you buy a breast cancer awareness plate in Iowa, they initially get a pretty good chunk, and then they get $10
Every year after
right.
that.
If you go to the
Mental-
blackout plate, it says $35 initiation fee for the blackout plate. Yeah, so, okay. Personalized plates. $60 fee, $25 plate fee, $35 for blackout plate fee.
So it's $10 a year more for the blackout plate?
No, it's the same. But the $60 on the blackout plate, it was $25 plate fee, $35 for breast cancer awareness. This just says $25 plate fee, $35 blackout plate fee.
Gotcha.
So that's where it got.
So they're just raking in more money without any like concessions to it. Because originally it was trying to offset potential revenue loss for Tint, and then it was also trying to help promote mental awareness, and now we're just
Filling pockets.
giving more money.
So
to the
here
state
is
so they can piss it down the drain.
Here is the education plate, which is a plate that you can buy in Iowa.
By the way,
$60.
green is mental awareness.
Green is
just
okay.
so everyone
fair
knows.
enough. $60 initiation fee, $25 of that is for the plate, $35 to the school budget review committee.
Okay.
$15 annual registration, $5 for the plate, $10 to the school budget review committee. So I just find that to be a little
Frustrating.
frustrating. Yes.
Because it started out as something good, and then they wiped that out.
Yes. Somebody struck it out.
That is politicians doing what politicians do.
Takes a real piece of shit to get into politics, I'll tell you that much.
Not all assholes are politicians, but all politicians are assholes.
Yeah.
Tim did send a letter to, or did the thing and sent information to Governor Kim Reynolds, and he got the typical.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
important. Your
You're
opinion is important to Governor Kim Reynolds and her office, and blah blah blah. And it's
Which
like, so
means
I don't even know if that's
nobody read it. That's an
a complete
automated
waste
response.
of time.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Maybe that's something that we should put together, like a one of those petition things for. That might actually be something that
Worthwhile.
people would listen
Yeah.
to. Because I don't think anybody knows that.
No, I had no idea.
I just thought that this was people trying to get a black plate, and I thought, because I remember a petition going around on that epetition.org or whatever, that just a bunch of people wanted a regular black license plate. And I thought this was democracy actually working for once, because a bunch of people got together and said, we want this plate, and they gave it to us. I didn't realize that there was a bunch of other shit attached to it. I'd never got that part of the story.
Well, thank Tim for that, and we'll have Tim give a better
That's
explanation
really,
of that.
really frustrating now that I know that.
Damn it.
I know. So I haven't bought. I was going to buy a second one, and I haven't done that because I guess it is what it is. But I think that people deserve to know that
Yeah.
that money's just going back into the road fund.
Yeah.
Because if you go look it up, or you type in blackout plate Iowa mental health, that's what you find is that
Yeah,
the
all
money,
the old articles show
right?
up.
Yeah,
I didn't care that it was just going into the road fund until I found out that it wasn't supposed to, and now I'm pissed about it. So maybe more people should know that, because I bet a
That's what
lot
I'm
of
saying.
people don't I never knew that, and I'm not going to go buy one of these plates either way.
Yeah.
But I've kind of been tracking it just because it's everywhere on my social media.
Yes.
Because like literally every car guy I know in the state is pumped about it. And I don't understand.
Well,
why
I'll have
people are
Tim
so
give a
excited
better
about it.
explanation, and I've been thinking about it all week because I'm really not very happy about it.
No, I
And
think that's a.
I want to
right
make sure that I have
reaction.
all my facts correct. So if you know if people are upset about it, and we want to start a petition or whatever, or a letter writing campaign or whatever it is, then let me get all the ducks in a row, and then we'll do it. Because I don't know, I just think it's bullshit, and it kind of makes
Yeah,
me
it is.
mad. But I'm not going to jump down anybody's throat until I know exactly what happened. And Tim knows what happened because he wrote all this stuff down, because that's Tim. Like he has all of the versions of the bill.
That's
We went through and read
so
them,
Tim.
and
Attaboy.
he knows which representative it was that crossed that out.
Man, I wish
he
I had
knows.
his free time.
I don't think he has. I think that's his hobby. Like he's just that thorough about things. So
Good for him.
anyway,
Lord knows I'm not.
No.
maybe we could do something good for once
That'd be nice.
instead of bitching about
What
stuff
a
all the
pleasant
time.
change of pace. I mean, we're still bitching, but it's for a good.
We're bitching for a good cause,
It's
though.
bitching for a good-
'Cause
you know
I,
what?
I
And
talked to somebody
that's-
else about it. They're like, "Well, could you just give $60 to Nami or something like that?" And I was like, "I can." But when Tim registered his 2 plates, they were 2 minutes apart and there were 7 numbers different. So do that math.
Oh yeah, they're flying, dude. Flying
If they sold
off the shelves.
500 plates, here, I'll do the math for you right fucking now. So if they sold 500 plates just that one day,
Which I think is probably an underestimation.
times
Pretty
times
small
30
number.
$35, which is what the other places got, that's $17,500.
Woof. That's a lot of money.
That adds up real fast.
That's not fair, man.
And it's not like we're
saying.
going to see it. Our roads are still going to suck.
$17,000 goes a lot farther to helping people with mental health than it does to fixing our roads.
Right.
I know $17,000 still isn't much money, but you know, I don't know. Fuck.
It's a huge step in the right direction.
It's a step in the right direction. All right. I can get off my soapbox. If people are interested, you should send me a DM or something, or if you want more
Slide into those
information,
DMs,
whatever.
please.
Yeah. Anywho,
Should we make fun of a guy with a license plate?
it's up to you.
I don't care.
Huh?
The R8.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So first of all, I want to talk about apparently with
Speaking of dork plates.
yeah, it is
This guy's a door plate. Yeah.
Apparently R8s are the new hot daily driver in central Iowa because I see at least 2 of them a day being driven about. So
Well, it's good that they're still on the road.
those
Those Audis lasting like that. That's nice.
you don't know how long they've been doing that
You don't know how many lights they have on.
All of
or how
them.
many R8s they own.
Fair enough.
Maybe it's his backup R8.
You know, today he took Wednesdays R8. Tomorrow he'll take Thursdays because Wednesdays
This
at the dealership.
This is my V8. This is my V10. This is my V10 Plus.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
pre-facelift,
Post-facelift, yep.
Yeah, there's
Yep.
lots of R8s with which to distribute your.
This is my Audi TT.
Yeah, maybe
Nobody
it's just,
knows.
Yeah, maybe it's just a new TT.
Yeah, you get a TTRS. They're the same. Same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, but no, I see one I see one on my way to and on my way from work almost every day, and they're different cars. I know that because
Yeah.
they're different colors. So there's at least 2 madmen that I see in this area in my relatively short time on the road as compared to your whole day
Yes.
every single day. So I mean apparently that's a thing now. But like we were talking before, those people are in one of 2 positions, right? They're either so rich that it makes sense to drive an R8 as your daily, or they're trying to flex and they can't really afford it, so it has to be their daily.
It's their one and done car.
Yeah.
And they justified it because it's all-wheel drive.
I'm voting on one and done. Not all of them.
Well, I think that Grown AF here, because
One and done.
His license plate says grown AF.
Grown AF.
How do you get that through, though? Like, they review it.
I don't know.
Who's reviewing
man.
plates?
Who is?
And what do you tell them that says?
Yeah, because you have to explain what
Yeah.
it means.
Maybe he put as frick.
I'd reject that. If
Yeah.
you can't have MILF Hunter, you can't have grown as fuck. It's either all in or none.
maybe-
What if it's his initials?
Yeah.
Alan
Oh,
Franks.
man, I wonder if it is.
Grown Alan Frank.
Maybe he's totally oblivious.
I highly doubt it, but
Maybe
he might have been able to pull it
maybe
off
he-
somehow.
Works for Pioneer as like a corn seed growth guy.
Yep. He's developed
And
some
his-
strain of soybean, and this is his payoff
and
as the R8.
and his initials are AF.
Maybe.
Maybe it's Al Franken, and
Yeah.
he has started
Growing.
a second business as
A growth hormone.
a growth
expert.
hormone. Yes, yes, there it is. That's what it is.
He sells human.
He
growth
sells human
hormone.
growth hormone on the side.
Genius.
That's who that was. And for some reason, he lives here now.
Well,
Thanks, Al Franken. It's all theories. I mean,
Yeah.
you got to put something in there. Like, what do you put in there?
Yeah, if we're gonna build a conspiracy theory, we gotta come.
Well,
up with
because
something.
what's actually going on there is way worse than anything we're gonna make up. Because that dude's got some serious problems.
To put grown AF on his Audi, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of person does that? I don't know.
I'll bet he's immature as hell.
Way
I'll
more
bet
mature
he's-
than us.
I'll bet he's a pain in the ass at a party.
I bet he's a pain in the ass at work.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
And he's driving an R8 and we aren't, so.
Dude, you can finance anything right now. You can finance anything you want. Literally anything you want, you can finance right now.
Just go to the credit union and be like, I kind of want an R8. They're like, 6%. You got it.
10 years financing.
Speaking
Pre-approved. Don't need to look at your
No
credit
down
score.
payment. Not interested. Take the money and get the fuck out.
Speaking of the radio show I listen to every morning, their like intern has a lease for a Toyota Tacoma.
I heard of. I
You hear
actually
about
listened to this. Yeah, it
You
was a
hear
really
about it?
bad deal.
Yes.
He pays $600 a month for a 6-year lease on a Toyota Tacoma.
It's not even the big one.
Oh,
It's the
boy.
small one.
Yeah, it's a small pickup.
$600 a month.
And he can't do shit about it.
He's
No,
stuck now.
for 6 years, and it's a lease.
Yeah, and you get nothing at the end of it.
which means that they take it away from him at the end of the year or at the end of the lease,
Yeah, we'll give
or
him
he
the
can
option
buy
to
it out.
Probably at $25,000 or something
Dude,
like that.
it's like the price of the truck.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
like
yeah.
fully. It's like the full depreciation of the truck.
It's $43,200.
Pretty damn close to probably the total cost. No, it's a small one.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
a small one.
small
Yeah,
one.
so
That
it
is-
probably
that
is
is the
about the
cost of
cost
the
of the
truck.
truck.
Even with
yeah.
the TRD package, that can't be that much money, right?
No.
I mean, I know that they're like kind of annoyingly expensive, but I think that's on the used market. They like don't depreciate
Not really.
significantly.
no, they hold their value.
I would think 43 grand would go a long ways in a new Toyota Tacoma. Now I understand that doesn't include any amount of interest,
Right.
but still.
Yeah, you're right. They start at 26, and this one right here is 30.
So that's
This one's
double.
37.
So yeah, the
Whatever.
best.
So they're gonna
the
get-
best one.
They're going to get the full purchase price out of that truck, and then he has to give it back to him. So that they can sell it to some schmo for 20.
And you can probably only put like 8,000 miles on it a year or
Yeah.
something. Maybe not that few, but
sucks.
something shitty like that. Yeah, dude, that's bullshit. That sucks, man. He got totally
He got screwed.
dicked on that deal.
Yeah, and he was just a young kid who didn't know better, and they knew it.
Wow.
That should be illegal.
Yeah.
It's probably a fine line, and they walked it.
It's more ethically questionable.
Yeah, well,
At
It's
best.
lawyers
definitely ethically questionable.
and car salesmen, so
That's right.
not all assholes are car salesmen. I think that's applicable there too, isn't it?
What's this from?
Not all assholes are car
Politics.
salesmen.
Oh,
all
no.
car salesmen are assholes. Right?
I think that trickles down from the manager, though. I don't think it's even the sales
No,
guy.
I'm sure it's the corporate policy.
Man, don't you? I feel like if some kid walked in, if I was a car sales guy and some kid walked in and my manager goes, let's stick this kid.
Let's see how much we could just squeeze.
Yeah,
out
let's
of him.
just squeeze every last penny out of this source sap. I would tell him not to. I'd be like-
the greed takes over,
I'd be
man.
like,
it's the
kid-
same. It's the same reason
like,
people
kid, let's-
cross off the mental health thing.
Kid, let's go outside for a few minutes.
Yeah, I need
let's-
to talk with you, bud.
Let's go for a test drive.
Let's
Right?
Let's get a used truck today.
Yeah,
and
let's-
let's buy it.
Let's not do this. This is dumb. Dude, that would keep me up that night.
it should.
I would not be able to go. I would feel so sleazy and so dirty. That's like disappointing your mom stuff, man. Like you can't do
I'm
that.
not mad. I'm just disappointed that
You
you do that
can't
to another.
Yeah,
human.
you can't.
It just proves that people ain't no good.
People ain't
People
no
ain't
good,
no
Robbie. God damn.
It's V true.
Yeah.
True AF.
True AF for sure. Thanks for bringing it home, Robbie.
I don't like that abbreviation.
AF.
AF.
No,
No,
but
for
it's
some
stuck,
reason-
and it's on
super,
everything
super
now.
dumb.
There was a hat at Spencer Gifts,
Of course there
and
is.
it's got a rainbow on it, and it just says gay AF. It just that's it, just gay AF. I wanted to get it right,
$35.
and I wanted to get it right for Jabay. But I didn't. I didn't do it.
It's not worth $35.
No, it's not
That
worth
joke's
it.
not
It's not worth
it.
the joke.
No.
We're not as committed to jokes as other podcasts.
No, other
No.
fake podcasts.
Other fake podcasts.
Not even real
That's true.
podcasts.
That
Real humans.
conspiracy. Yeah.
Talk about
Not
being
Instagram
committed to jokes.
algorithms. So, anywho, Fact Fabrication, Booney Boon. Those guys are going to be at the Home Show.
The Des Moines Home Show.
If you're interested in that sort of thing,
He is super busy.
it's coming up on the 13th through the 28th. Sounds like a Home Show ad. It's not. It's a Booney ad.
They just did a race.
No, we don't want to talk
Yeah,
about
well, let's
that.
not talk about
No,
that.
let's talk about
We
that.
don't?
You should get an update from Booney. We'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
No.
Bad things
not good.
happened.
Not good.
Oh.
Nobody got hurt. Car's fine.
They did not win.
Rules.
Oh.
Yeah.
Semantics.
I didn't see that.
Impound.
Yeah, we'll
We'll let that go.
we'll have Booney on some.
Sorry,
He can
sorry,
tell the
Booney.
story.
Damn it.
I texted
They
him about
got-
it today. He's still upset about
They
it.
got fucked.
Did that get posted?
No.
No.
Oh, that's why I didn't know.
Yep.
Sorry, Booney. We'll let you explain yourself sometime.
Yeah.
When we're after the Home Show. How about that?
Yes.
Fair enough. All right. Let's move it on. Let's talk about some happy racing. Robbie, you did some happy racing, I think, right?
I had some happy racing.
Happy racing is the best kind of racing.
I drove down to Hallett, which is like 8 hours, and then even worse if you go through Tulsa, because you have to go through 2 tolls, and I didn't know that.
Did I have
luckily
any
I s-
cash?
No.
You didn't
Luckily-
just isn't that like around the Oklahoma City area? I thought.
No, it's like way far away.
Oh,
It's
I figured
way the
you
hell
just,
over there.
Get on 35 and boot scoot boogie straight down.
Well, you go down to Tulsa, then you swing it over, and then go to Jennings.
It's all bad.
So then I for some reason I have my bag of change in my center console
Right from Grid Life.
from Grid Life.
Right, because
So that's still there.
We knew we were going through tolls, but we didn't know how much. So Robbie just brought all the change he could find in his house.
All my change.
in a shopping bag, like a grocery sack, right? Like a plastic,
Like $40 in change.
and it's just in his glove box.
Isn't it like, didn't we pay like $3 in tolls?
That's not the point.
No, but I had it
Robbie was ready.
all. I was
He was
ready.
Robbie
very,
was
he was-
prepared.
He was
I thought-
very ready.
yeah, so-
he was ready to do the coin operated ones too.
Yeah.
So we get to Tulsa. I
Did
go
you pay,
through
did you pay $6 in quarters again and make those guys count them out?
so much worse.
Oh no.
So much worse. So
That's what we did when we went to Heartland Park. He handed them stacks of 4 quarters at a time.
Hell yeah.
This is
Oh yeah,
worse.
because we all had trailers. We had to pay that stupid fucking
Yeah,
4-axle
4-axle
toll. God damn it, that made me. I don't know why that makes me so mad.
So
Probably because there was construction on that road.
getting into Tulsa, or basically like the last exit, I stop and get gas, and then okay, we'll get further back. So I have to go to my toll, and I pay at my
Right.
toll,
Right.
and I pull up to it, and I thought I actually had some cash on me. Didn't.
Oh, no.
Because it's 2019, and who the
Yeah,
fuck
who
carries
carries
cash?
I can't believe they don't take debit on those things. It's super annoying.
I'd pay the 3% or whatever it costs.
yeah, whatever.
But anyways, so then I pull up there, and it's this nice young girl. She's cheery, which is really weird for those toll
For a
people.
toll operator.
because you're in like a smaller city.
Yep. Actually, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Well, that's why though.
But then I think she's getting trained, so the guy behind her is like helping her. So then I go, well, it's like $11.50 or $11.65 or something.
Jesus Christ!
So I go, I had Jess count out $6 in change. I was ready for like $6.
Right, right.
And it's all in my center console. Granted, 5 quarters total.
Man.
Because
So-
we used them all in Kansas.
We used them all. So I look at her, I was like, is there any way we could do this like Illinois? And I could pay it online. And she looks at me and goes, no.
Really?
Really? That's dumb.
I said,
too.
So I was like, what are my options here? I was like, well, you can do partial pay. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And I was like, well, I have change.
We can be here as long as you want to be here.
I'll prove a point. If you're going to make me pay cash,
You
we'll
just
do
take
this.
this bag and we'll call it even.
And the guy behind her goes, yeah, we'll take change. Okay. You asked for it. I paid an $11.
Start counting, babe.
I paid over $11 with only 5 quarters. It took like 10 minutes. It's just we're digging on.
Oh, no.
There is no silver
There's-
coins left in that
There's
bag.
6 cars behind Robbie who's going,
I know.
what
The hell?
fuck?
I mean, she took it in stride. You could tell he was annoyed. I was like, "You said let's do it." It's like a handful
Is
of
there
change.
a partial pay option?
I don't know what that even
Like
means.
here's the $5 I counted out. Let's just call it even.
I don't know. Yeah, I kept handing him handfuls of like silver change.
Give them an IOU or what?
I don't know.
Why don't they have a pay online?
don't know. But it was, so
Does
yeah,
that mean I can just blitz through the auto pay one and
they'll send you a ticket.
They're never going to come after me because they don't have an online payment option?
Well, we'll get to who else. But like Austin and Daniel told me, like, yeah, if you're not local, they probably won't even come after you because they have like an agreement between the.
Yeah.
But like, you're from Iowa, you're fine.
You're not worth the time.
Yeah, I asked him about that because I accidentally, years ago, I blew through one in Illinois. Yep. I was like, well, I'll just pay it when I get it, I guess.
Never got it.
And no, I never got it. And they're like, well, they kind of keep track of it, but until you start like really knocking through a bunch of tolls and stuff.
If it's a one-time thing, they're not going to mail you.
No, it's not worth the mail. It's not worth the cost of the mail and the printing and all that stuff.
And
like, yeah, that makes
person's
sense.
time for processing it both before you to send it to you and to process the money you send to them, it's not worth the time.
No.
Especially when I mail them pennies. Yeah. I'll pay the postage. I don't give a shit.
They send you a self-addressed envelope like, all right, well, I'm taping it to this cardboard box full of pennies.
Just to prove a point.
Postage paid, motherfuckers.
Yep. But here's where it gets weird.
So we're not already a weird
No.
yet?
So I paid my
Wow.
toll. I got my receipt. Then I go to a ways away. And then I take my exit, and I'm going to stop and fill up the car. I'm going to fill up the truck because, like, pretty low, and I'm not going to make it.
Right.
Could probably make it, but I'm not going to. I just want to make sure I have gas and everything. Then I have a full tank for time tag.
See that, Michael? Robbie being responsible.
He's being
about
super responsible.
Getting gas. It's something about the pickup truck because he did the same. We filled up at like a quarter tank on the way to Grid Life.
Yeah, when he had the sedan,
When he was in the Altima.
when he was a Nissan driver.
like, fuck it.
Yeah.
For the record, I think the light was on one of the times I filled up.
Well, yeah, one of the times, but
What about all the rest of the times?
we filled
Yeah.
up when you had a quarter tank at one point.
It was just perfect. It was just good timing.
Excuses.
But that's where it gets weird because I take the exit to go get gas. They give me they give me money back, so I give them my receipt.
Wait, who gives you money back?
The toll people. So I take the exit.
The troll people? The toll.
I paid the troll toll.
You trade the troll.
I paid the troll toll. So
Don't
then,
say the rest of it, please. Just don't.
all right. So toll station. Stop. Paid $11 and change. 2 exits later, there's another toll station at the exit where I'm going to get gas.
Okay.
I show them my receipt. They hand me $1.50. I then go and get gas.
Oh, no.
I then get back onto the road to go onto the exit.
Yep.
I go to the same woman because it's one woman working both sides of this exit.
Oh, God.
And she goes, "Where are you headed?" Because she clearly had just seen me come from fucking Tulsa.
But she doesn't care.
She looks at me, "Where are you headed?" I'm like, "Jennings." All right, that'll be 50 cents. No, it'll be $1.25. So then the money she handed me, I then hand back to her so I can get back on the interstate and go towards Jennings.
Fucking Oklahoma,
And then
man.
did you pay a
No,
toll
because
at Jennings?
that was the last
You
one.
were it.
So if I go right to if I exit
So
right.
did you make money? Like what's going on here?
No,
Like
I think I
what?
lost
Is this all this money? The transaction?
Welcome.
What?
I think I
Welcome
lost.
to Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was super weird.
Welcome to Oklahoma.
But their gas was like super cheap. It was like $2.50.
Well, that's because they
It was
make
nice.
it there.
It's nice.
It doesn't have to be shipped up here. It's made 30 foot down the street.
Don't they make it in your town?
No.
Isn't that an ethanol
No,
plant?
but that's all government subsidized or
Ah.
we lose money on
Yeah, we
it,
do.
Robbie.
Don't get me started on ethanol. I've already bitched about license plates. I don't want to have to bitch about ethanol.
Oh man. But yeah, so then drove the rest of the way, and then Friday night just hung out. It was hot. It was nice. Hallett's cool. It's a nice track. And then I didn't get woken up by the Hallett chicken song that I was warned about.
That's a thing?
Yeah, so at 7:00 every morning they play this. I can't think what the song's called, but it's a chicken singing it. It's like, oh, fuck, I got.
Is it the chicken dance?
It's not the chicken dance,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
kind of like that.
Is it the hamster dance?
It's like a song from the 50s or something.
Oh, Jesus
so it's
Christ.
just and it just that's your wake up call.
How is that again?
It's just for like 2 straight minutes. And something wrong with the PA, so they didn't do it Saturday.
Oh, darn.
They made damn sure to get it in on Sunday. It's like a Hallett tradition, apparently.
Some traditions can die, and it's okay.
Yeah, I'm good with that. But then, yeah, I ran basically every lap of every session for the whole weekend. A lot of people fought cooling issues. I never did. I was consistent. Water was 210 the whole weekend. Oil hit 240, like just consistent the whole time.
But you've
You've
gone
that a
up
long time.
above and beyond to make sure that that's how that car runs.
Because Dalton he's like, yeah, I got an oil cooler. I got it down to 270. I was like, that is not acceptable.
No, dude, that's still hot. But do you know where that oil cooler is?
It's behind his rear bumper.
Like 2 inches from his 4-inch exhaust.
He melted his carpet in his.
Oh shit!
It got so hot in his trunk area that it burned the carpet.
That's a thing on Corvettes because Jeremy Swenson's Corvette, it started on fire there once, and they had to take all that out. And then his is the one that's got that big cutout that looks like a smiley face on the back bumper.
Yep.
And that's because the exhaust caught the back bumper on fire once.
Yeah.
What, does Corvette think they're Ferrari or something? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, because I remember I pulled in one lap, and I like, what does that smell? And I see Dalton like frantically pulling carpet out of the back of his. I was like, "Oh, good, it's not me, it's him."
Sucks to suck.
That looks like it sucks.
It really stinks over here.
Jesus Christ, Dalton.
They're burning hair.
As he drives through his paddock.
We were next to each other. We were buddies.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you didn't help him.
I talked to him
After
the fact.
you yelled at him.
Yeah, I harassed him.
Trust me, he deserves it.
Oh yeah,
Love the kid to death, but he deserves it.
yeah, absolutely. Used my Apex Pro. Practice went really good. It took me, I don't know,
Did you get
4 or 5 laps to get up to speed.
a good data session that
Yeah.
we can talk to Andrew about?
Yeah,
for
I got
once?
really good data sessions.
Excellent.
Yep. So we ran backwards or clockwise the first day,
Right.
on Saturday.
So you ran both configs?
I ran both configs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it was fun. So yeah, ran backwards practice. Then I had a lap time of 1:31:38. Just got comfortable with going backwards, and then it got kind of funny because consistently my best lap would always be my last lap, and it was really annoying to everybody else because everyone else would do it like 4 or 5 laps. They get their hot one in, then like
Yeah.
kind of cool down. Like everyone just kind of like leave,
Right.
And then I get the track to myself by lap 12,
Jesus, how many laps are you getting?
13,
How long are your sessions?
20 minutes.
Damn, son.
So yeah, ran a minute 30 backwards on my first session, and then ran a 1:29:44 on my last lap.
Perfect.
And then also the session before that was a 1:30.8 second to last lap. So I just wait till everybody just decides to get out of my way.
When your tires are supposed to be greased out and junk, and your car's overheating, and your brakes are toast, and
Not Robbie, apparently.
My brakes are very, very, very much toast.
Oh yeah, we saw what you did.
Did
to
you
your
swap
brakes.
out your rotors?
Yeah.
And
Well, all my sets are gone.
Stealing Yo data.
That's fine.
Continue.
so you need new rotors now.
Yeah, so like there was the tiniest of like hairline cracks
cracks, yeah.
around the drilled holes.
On your fancy ones,
Yeah, on the DBAs.
DVAs, yeah.
And I knew it was just a matter of time. So as I'm like Saturday, I noticed that they're getting a little bigger. I'm like, well, we're here.
YOLO.
I'll just keep an eye on them.
Who needs brakes?
I keep an eye on them, and then yeah, this is that gigantic crack by the time I got home. So
Oh, look at that.
yeah, so there's like 6 of those on each rotor now.
What? Oh, I thought it was one.
No, there's like it's like a clock. It just
Cracked
Cracked
all
all
directions.
over.
You should make a clock out of it, hang it on the wall.
I'll just recycle them. So yeah, I got rid of those. I got not drilled rotors here now.
There you go. Just slotted.
Yes.
That boy.
So those
DBAs again?
No, I went with Stop Tech.
Ah.
DBAs for another $100 more. So I was like,
Right.
we'll try Stop Techs for $100 less and see how that goes. And then
Apparently the jam is the lifetime warranted AutoZone rotors. That's where you got to go.
I've heard that too.
I'm down.
I don't like, your and I's cars, they're probably not fast enough to care. I don't know why I'd do that with Robbie's.
Yeah, I thrashed those.
His car's heavier than ours.
Those DBAs got ruined because it was my fault though last year because I was running those Power Stop track day pads.
Yep.
And those wear through in like 6 sessions,
Right.
which is ridiculous. But yeah, so they were completely gone. I didn't even think to check it because it literally my second day
Yeah.
gone. I was metal on metal. I was like, oh, I have no brakes,
So
and
how are
I ruined these new rotors.
How are your G-Locks doing?
They're like not even halfway through, and it's been the whole season.
Right.
They're wonderful.
Sweet.
G-Lock are just as grippy, and they wear like fucking iron.
That's what I've heard is that they're a lot.
I can't believe
Or
it.
they're really good.
Yeah, I'm very impressed
I've heard a lot of people really like those.
for like the same price.
Right.
It's weird.
Yeah, well,
Because people ain't no good and they just want to make money.
free market.
Yeah. So, yeah, ran really comfortably. I ran well. I noticed that this is the track that really showed to me that a viscous limited slip sucks,
Okay.
and I need to replace that.
So what are you going to do? OS Geiken? Kaz?
I have two options.
Okay.
Two options that I've kind of looked into it.
Let's spend Robbie's money.
Yeah. So
I'm happy to.
so like at RPM where there's like big sweeping turns, I'm not really, and I don't think it was ever like 97 degrees when I was racing, so
Right.
I never really felt it.
We've put a lot of miles on that car since then, too.
Yeah, and even at Topeka, I don't remember ever feeling it, but at the same time, the track was wet quite often. So, but there were two turns in Hallett that were really slow, like uphill turns, and that's where you could really tell. I'm like, man, I'm fucking spinning tires.
Oh, yeah.
I should not be spinning Hoosiers. Like, this car's not capable of spinning Hoosiers.
So you're unloading it,
Yep. So,
probably.
so what happens when you have a viscous diff that overheats? The silicon fluid inside the diff, not the oil, the fluid inside the diff. When that overheats, it turns it to an open diff,
Sweet.
which is really fun when you're trying to put down fast lap times.
So I think this is kind of what Luke was talking about in the past when you were
drifting?
trying to decide, with drifting,
Yeah.
whether or not you should just run the limited slip that you work so hard to get, or say fuck it and go back to the welded, originally open diff.
Yes.
And Luke was like, no limited slips because they do silly things that you're not ready for.
Yes.
And now Robbie's meeting that even on the grip racing.
Yep. So
So these are not the ones you can shim. 'Cause
No.
I don't know a fucking thing.
no,
about diffs.
it uses a fluid to lock both.
Can't you? No, I think you can shim these because I think it's the same diff setup as the RX-7, or is it not?
I don't think it is.
What's inside the diff then? It's not gears.
It's like a silicon-based fluid.
Maybe I'm not familiar with what that is.
Yeah, I can't explain it.
So
great.
it's not clutch plates.
No.
Okay, all right. If it's not clutch plates, then it's
No,
not.
it's like a Nissan thing. Like even the 350Zs are all that way too.
Really?
You know what
I don't know
you know what I
anything
would
about
really
this at all.
like?
Viscous limited slip.
You know what I would really like is someone who actually knows things about rear diffs come on the show and talk to us, because not only do I not know a fucking thing about them, but I think a lot of people don't understand the differences between clutch and viscous and the different types and some of the tuning and when you want it to engage and not engage and all that. Like, I think that would be really interesting for a lot of people.
Agreed. So basically, definitely not at work today. I was looking into what my options
Right,
were.
because you're working, Robbie.
I was working all day.
You're a
but
hard-working office guy.
when I wasn't at work, I was this week I've been researching what my options are. So my final drive fucking sucks.
Oh?
I have a 4.08 final drive ratio, which means when Dalton goes for a full lap backwards,
He never shifted.
he's in third the whole goddamn time.
I watched it. He's just like it's just like a really fast autocross.
That'd be sick.
Dude, I
Third.
watched his. So I watched him go out on his warm up, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just a warm up. And I watched his first flyer, and I was like, okay, he never shifted. That's interesting. And so I was like, well, maybe he was just working his way into it. I don't know where in the session or where in the day
Where he's at, sure.
this particular video came from. So I fast forward towards the end of the session and watch another full lap. Never shifts.
Never
and I was
shifts.
so I posted something like, this third gear the whole way. He's like, says something about Robbie making fun of him for having an automatic.
Yeah. He's sitting there like, he's putting like, on Sunday I did like a minute 27.4, minute 27.8 or whatever. And he put like a 124. And I'm giving him shit. I was like, well, yeah, you have analog brakes and you don't have to shift. That's like 3 seconds right there. Of course you're fast.
Cheater.
Yeah.
I shift 6 times.
Jesus.
Six
That
times.
sucks. That sucks.
Of course I'm slow. But I'm still first in my class,
That's
for the record.
hilarious.
Yeah, so viscous type differential relies on hydrodynamic friction from fluids with high viscosity. If you keep reading on, blah, 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 whatever,
Yep.
it says viscous LSDs are less efficient than mechanical types. That is, they lose some power. So that sucks, which means heat.
Yep.
And then it says, in particular, any sustained load which overheats the silicone results in a sudden permanent loss of the differential effect. So at some point, the silicone
Will be
becomes, it basically,
So,
the
yeah.
hydrodynamic friction stops happening.
So I'm turning it into an open diff as we speak.
So.
And it's a Nissan thing, which is probably also why Luke said don't do that.
Yep,
Right, because
they had Nissans and
specifically
everybody
talking
has
about
Nissans.
240s back in his day.
it's a Nissan thing. The 350Zs have it. The 240s have it. However, here are my options.
I'll bet your current Z does not.
No, it has the viscous limited slip.
Still?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I talked to Josh.
Okay.
Unless it's open, I got to double check that. But
okay.
it's the stock one.
I remember 350Z knowledge that I don't know why I have. If it's got a traction control button, it's got a limited slip
It had one, yes. So
from the factory.
well, he had to know it's Geiken, but he took it out.
Ah, what a dick.
I know.
God, he should have left that in
Selfish.
Where'd it go?
I think he sold it. I don't. He might not even had it installed. I think he sold it before he ever had the
there. That
chance to
sounds
put
like
it
something
in.
Josh would do.
Anyways, so my options are based on what I've kind of looked into. The 240 doesn't have like any final drive options unless you get the S15 one out of Japan. So the Spec R S15 has a helical diff,
Weird.
which is nearly indestructible,
Weird.
and it's the only Nissan that has it. The only one.
Even like GTRs?
Nope. Some of those are viscous too.
God damn.
So I can get that diff with the 3.69 final drive, and it just bolts right in.
Hell yeah.
Or
369. So that's longer.
yeah,
You
So
want longer?
Less shifty.
less shifting.
First gear would be longer, which would be nice.
Yeah. So instead of shifting between third, fourth, and fifth,
You could
I could probably go between third and fourth.
Because first gear in a T56 is like 4.6 to 1 or something like that.
Yeah,
So
but
it's
how,
like,
often,
"Rant," and that's
how
it.
often is he using first
I'm
gear?
never in first,
Yeah.
but
Well, off the line.
yeah, but still,
It's going to elongate all your gears after that.
yes,
So
yeah. So instead of having a top speed in fourth gear of 105
90.
or 6 or whatever,
Oh, in fourth gear, right?
yeah. So so instead of shifting 6 times, I could hopefully do it a couple times.
Right.
So, but yeah, so that or
Is that shifting up and down 6 times, or shifting total, including
6
ups and downs?
Yeah, 6 total shifts.
Okay, so 3 ups and 3 downs, probably ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, or I could swap in a 350Z diff and then get an aftermarket one because those have the 3.3 something final drive or a 3.6 final drive.
No one ever made like OS Geiken doesn't make a gear.
There is nothing when it comes to final drives. Nothing.
So can you?
I could get diffs. I
you
can't
can get
final
diffs,
drives.
but you keep the final drive.
Correct.
Okay. I was
Yeah,
going to say I
that's-
can't believe no one makes a diff for your car.
No, there's diffs everywhere.
Okay.
No final
Okay.
drives. Everything's a 4.08.
I would guess that it's miles cheaper to put a 350Z diff in it than try and get an S15 here.
No, it's not.
Really?
It'd be
Wow.
more expensive to get it in, get it all finagled in there, and so I think you can get the S15. There's one available right now on eBay, exactly what I want,
And you bought it.
in Thailand for $1,200. And no, I did not buy it.
Robbie, what are you doing?
I got other shit to work.
what's the shipping?
That it includes shipping.
What the fuck are
Oh,
you
you
doing?
can't afford not
You
to.
have to.
There's other ones available. It's fine. So that I'm leaning that way. I'm still researching on what I want to do, what my options are, instead
Plus,
of making a flying decision
S15
in 2 days.
Spec R parts in your. That's like
Yeah, JDM and shit.
JDM. Yo, also that's your dream car.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm kind of sold on the helical diff, to be honest.
right. Plus, I mean, S15 parts, you kind of have to do it, right?
Yeah,
Because they're S15 parts.
I understand.
When you get an S15 dash.
Never.
That's a thing.
That's a waste of money.
When he gets an S15,
No, you can have
and
brick
then
house.
then the dash
make
will
you
be
one.
in it, and then he'll have an S15 dash
Yeah.
in his S15.
Is it going to be? Well, it would have to be right-hand drive.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Damn it.
What the hell, Robbie? What is wrong with? He's
all
lost
practical
all
now.
his JDME, hasn't he?
I know he's gone
And
super
I was
practical.
never even that JDM-y.
I know, but you wanted the S15 was like
Your jam.
we had to
Yeah.
walk away and give you a moment when you saw that one at Carl's and Coffee.
Yeah,
years
now I just
ago.
want to steal a diff out of it.
It's probably sitting in a garage around here
bet
somewhere
it
because
is.
apparently that guy doesn't drive that car ever.
Yeah, we could
anymore.
swap diffs. It'd be
Just buy it
great.
from
Just
him.
buy the car from him, and then you can race the S15.
Love
or
it.
you could street drive the S15.
Yeah, then he-
Street drive the S15.
race the S14, drift the Z.
You should get an S13 to drift.
No, I got the Z for drifting.
I know, but
You
like,
need the collection, don't
yeah, you gotta
you? The
you gotta
Pokemon
catch them
thing?
all.
Yeah.
No, I just need the diff at this point. So that was kind of annoying, and so I got to research exactly. If I go that route, I'll probably do it this winter. Because it could take anywhere from 5 days to 12 weeks to get you parts.
The sooner you buy it, the sooner you have it, Robbie.
If it's
I got
if it's
other shit to
here
buy.
and you're not ready for it,
Then-
it's
yeah,
here,
I mean,
but it's here though.
Yeah, at least it's
It's
here.
right there. You just
What
put it in.
happens? What happens if the next race that diff just goes out?
You're gonna have to wait 12 weeks to.
Then you're gonna wish you would have bought it.
No, because that'll actually save me money because then I won't buy the tires for nationals. I won't buy the rest of the shit.
No.
You see how?
No. That's the wrong way to think at this, Robbie.
Well, hold on a second, Adam. As the vice president of Time Attack, you can't have that attitude.
yeah.
You got to be in it to win
You
it.
have to be participation.
Ricky Bobby the shit out of this
Yeah.
now.
Fuck.
Got to go to every.
VP of TA.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will.
Can we make business cards for him?
Maybe we should make him a T-shirt.
Yeah. So I'll probably do that this winter. I'll limp through the rest of the season with the diff I have. I mean, it's been fun. It's been all right, but no more races at Hallett. So Topeka. We'll see how it goes next week, or if it really feels open then. Then I just have Gateway and then Nationals.
Are you going back to Topeka next weekend?
Yeah.
Damn,
3
son.
weeks and 4 weekends.
Whoa.
You know how expensive that shit is?
Yeah. Just did it.
I can make it
Once.
guess.
Yep, it's not cheap. Which is also why I don't have money for a diff.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one.
Plus the trip to Bowling Green, Kentucky won't be cheap. Plus 200 treadwear tires, not cheap. So it's an expensive summer.
He's way less practical than I am. I was asking him about the Time Attack rules, so I don't buy tires between now and then and get the wrong tires.
I think you just
Buy tires once.
just run the unlimited class. Fuck it.
No, because I want to be competitive in my class. I don't want to get absolutely fucking smoked.
Yeah.
I'd rather run with the Miatas
I
than
mean, in all reality, if you're on unlimited, you'll probably do better.
versus what?
Whatever you end up in, because there's nobody in unlimited. I had to race
Well,
Josh.
Yeah, but that was guys running mid div rules also. All like Robbie would have been in unlimited.
Yep.
Yeah.
All those guys would have had. Plus people are going to move shit around once the rules change. So we just got to see what happens next year.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So it was funny because like I have that book of like all the track maps and like my manuals for my tires and just like notes and shit.
Yeah.
And Dalton's making fun of me. He's like, "Nice nerd book, loser." But it's
Yeah,
funny,
whose
like-
car's not on fire? Loser.
Well, I'm sitting there like reading through it because I'm going through like the track map, going, I could do this way better. I could be way better at this line. I'm just fucking it all up.
Drive better, Robbie.
Yeah, so I'm looking at like, okay, well, this is what the line that this website's suggesting, so I could do this here. And he comes over, and there's a picture of him like leaning over, like, hey, that's actually not a bad idea. So I'm like, no, you don't get to read my nerd
No,
book.
fuck you.
Yeah, you don't get.
He
my...
was standing out there on the track with us when we went for that second track walk, talking about lines. So
Yeah, he was. So yeah, him and I spent like the whole weekend just.
Dalton's fun. I like Dalton. Dalton's always been cool.
The poor guy. So Friday night we get there.
Yeah.
And we get settled. We get our tent up. We get all our stuff, ready to
Took
go.
you
Get
30 seconds to set your tent up.
Yeah, but it was more broke than I realized. So I had to order a new one.
Damn
The
it.
wind.
the wind got it.
The
at
wind got
last
it way
one.
worse
God
because like
damn it.
Drug it down the side of the camper or the bus. Excuse me.
It popped. It
and then
popped up.
smashed it into the neon.
Yeah, it popped up and worked fine all weekend. But when I tried to put it all together, that's when I realized like all the
Hinges are
hub
broken.
those are all broken. So when I tried to put it back together, it just kind of went.
Oh, wait a second.
Junk.
Did you have a weekend without rain?
Yeah, this is the first. This is the
You
first.
son of a bitch.
This is the first dry race I've had since September of last
Damn.
year. It was nice. I mean, it was 95 degrees, but it was
Dude,
still
I'd take
nice.
that any day.
It was still nice. But yeah, so we go to Walmart, get some stuff that we need. We leave at like 9 o'clock. We're like, yeah,
Yep.
well, we wave to the girl that's running the gate or whatever. Like,
Right.
all right, we'll see you.
Bye.
Then we come back about 10:15.
Nope.
Gate's locked.
Yep.
No one's there. Mm-hmm. Dalton had to leave his truck out. we scaled the fence and came back.
Oh, man, someone could have stole the King Ranch. That's probably a highly sought-after piece of equipment in Oklahoma.
I'll say it's a Longhorn edition.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
He's got the
It's
cowboy
not
driveway.
the King Ranch. That's the wrong brand. My bad. He's
the
got the
cowboy
cowboy
driveway.
Oh
tribal.
man, you made Ford people mad again.
I made Ford and Dodge people
Yep.
mad.
So he had to sleep in the back of the Avalanche.
He could have slept in the Longhorn. Just would have been outside the gate.
yeah.
Yeah, he could have. That sucks though.
Yep.
I told him he needed to talk to you about your air mattress.
I showed him there. I talked to him about it.
Okay.
His seats aren't as long as the Avalanches,
Oh, yeah.
or as wide. I mean,
Well, at least both his sides of his have child seat latches. The Avalanche only has child seat attachment points on one side. It is not a family-friendly vehicle.
Good.
Maybe that's why Robbie
I
bought
bought it that way. It's for folding down and camping.
What's the least amount of child safety features I can get in a car?
Avalanche.
I want it.
But I also get a DVD player, which is it's whatever.
We used it when we went to PRI. It was great.
So we watched Cars on the way
Oh, yeah.
And
on the way there.
And back.
Yep.
And then Logan was asking for it on the way back, right? And
Yeah.
Robbie's like, "Can we like literally watch anything else?" And I was like, "Boy, you're not ready for parenthood because you'll watch this movie 4 times a day and he won't be tired of it."
I had like a stack of movies, like all the cartoons
No,
that
he
Jess
didn't wanna
has. I was
see
like,
any
"Want to
of
watch
those.
any of these? Like Emperor's New Groove?
Nope.
Anything?
Nope.
No, he
Cars.
wasn't having it.
Man.
I've
Yeah.
ruined him.
Yeah.
I'm with you, though, Robbie. I get it.
Yeah. But I ran well. I didn't lose a single session.
You won first.
I got first
you got
in every.
first, right?
I got first in every session.
If you're not first, you're last. Robbie.
Exactly. I was first for the first time in my life.
Take that, Matt.
He was third. Oh. Yeah, there was real close on a couple sessions where Albert was like only a few tenths behind me, but
So Booney and Randy have both, I think, proclaimed that as being one of their top tracks.
it's very fun.
Would you put that track above or below Heartland?
Facilities below, track above.
Really?
Yeah,
Crap. I gotta go
Because
down
when I
there.
was watching,
track is
when
so
I was
much fun.
watching, maybe it's because he's not shifting. It seems boring to me. But when I was watching Dalton's video, I'm like, yeah, it looks fun, but it doesn't look that much fun.
It's that much fun.
think it's-
The elevation changes are
I think
that
it's
much
a
fun.
power track.
Oh, from what I saw, yeah, definitely. There's a lot of straights.
Yes.
I go faster. I'm pretty sure I go faster at Topeka.
Oh yeah, Dalton for sure does because the fastest speed I saw on his GoPro data footage. Apparently, new GoPros do data overlay automatically,
Nice.
Nice.
which is fucking rad. 119 was the highest I saw in there, and I know he was in the 130s at. Heartland
Yeah, I was gonna
Park,
say
so.
I only think I did 110.
That track's just so like varied. There's technical portions.
Which
there's
one?
fast. Heartland Park.
Yeah, well, Hallett's pretty. I guess Hallett's not as technical, but
Yeah, it isn't.
it's got really cool elevation changes.
That's what I've heard.
because
Is
it's
that there's a lot of changing.
I can't think what turn that would be. So 1, 2, 3. Let's just say 5, 6.
Yeah, let's
whatever.
go with that.
It's supposed to be very similar to the corkscrew at Laguna Seca.
Oh yeah.
It's supposed to be very similar to that.
Oh shit, son.
But it's super cool that you could drive it both ways. Like you can
Yeah.
drive it counterclockwise and clockwise, and it's just fun.
Totally different too, I would guess.
Yeah, because you're going uphill and like up the corkscrew or down the corkscrew, depending on what direction you're going.
Right.
Went off track a couple times on
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Sunday when we were going.
It's fine,
to
Robbie.
forward.
It happens to everybody.
Well, I braked too late going into the fast. Well, it's a long straight going into what would be 2, and then you brake and it's like the slowest, tightest turn in the whole course.
Yep.
I just kind of locked him up a little bit. I was like, well, shit. Locked him
we
up,
go.
let it go, braked again, went into the grass, turned around. It was fine. It was no big deal. And then another one, Eric gave me a point by on the straight between, I don't know, 9.
We've
10.
never been there. We don't care.
Doesn't matter. So he gave me a point by on what's not very long for a straight, and I
Right.
took it right away. And then Mel gave me a point by right after that. I was like, I'll take it, idiot.
Should have gone wheel to wheel into that corner, Robbie.
Well, we can
Mix it up.
No one.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Too wide focus and LS power
Hell
240.
yeah. why
Here we
not?
go.
Let's see what happens.
I'll say you can.
Now we're racing,
You
boys.
can pass on the corners. No one cares. Like that's like if they give you the point by, you take it. But
Is this advanced group?
it's one group.
It's all one
We're
group,
all
really?
we're all advanced.
Oh, that's nice.
Or all novices. Whatever.
How many people were there?
12, 13.
That's all right. Sweet.
Yeah, it was a pretty small group. A lot of people. A good chunk made it from Topeka, but yeah, obviously not everybody made it. And there was a couple people there. There was one Subaru that showed up just for Sunday, and he was out there for like one session. And I came up behind, came up behind him. I was like, "Oh shit, what's that smell?" He had destroyed his brakes. I don't know if he had like some real cheap ceramic junk pads.
He bought lifetime pads because
Gone.
that's a no-no.
Gone. Like you could just smell it coming up to him. I was like, "Oh, am I burning a clutch?" That's a bad smell. Then I got around. I'm like, "Oh,
It's just the Subaru.
that's you." Yeah.
I mean, normally, in all reality, he probably saved himself from a head gasket failure or something like that. I mean, brakes are probably way cheaper than what was going to happen had he stayed on track.
Like I say, don't buy such a like heavy duty clutch that it ruins your transmission.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's what he was up to.
Right. Yeah, he I mean, the weakest link saves the rest of the car.
It's true.
He's probably gonna listen to this. Like, fuck you guys, because like we normally make fun of Subaru drivers all the time. It's not you, buddy. It's all of them.
It's everybody.
It's all of you. If that makes it better.
It might make it better.
Seem to be a handful of 10/10 listeners there. That's kind of fun.
Yep.
And exciting.
I met Austin and Daniel.
Yeah, so they are real people. They're not
Well,
You sure they're not an Instagram
advanced
algorithm?
Instagram and Amazon algorithms.
Dude, have you seen some of the projections they can do now?
That's true.
yeah, they could have been.
Like,
Holographic
Tupac?
projections.
Tupac?
Yeah, it's way better than when they did Tupac.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that's been years ago now.
Boston Dynamics could have teamed up with Amazon.
Fucking A, man. If
Yeah.
Boston Dynamics is in on this shit.
It's anything. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Terminator is like 2 years away,
The Austin is the T3000.
probably.
Daniel was the prototype.
I
think that's an insult.
A couple times I'm sitting there going, Austin, Daniel. Yep. Okay. I want to make sure I have. You put them in front of me right now.
Just
I
call
probably
them the
wouldn't.
Oklahomans. It's fine.
Yeah. Austin and Daniel.
Yeah, there you go. Just always refer
Together.
to both
Both
of
of
them
them.
at the same.
Hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah. So they showed up, drove all the way from Oklahoma City just to hang out with me.
Tom was there in the Mustang.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep,
I
he
think
was
you
doing-
met him at Gateway as well.
Met him at
but
Gateway. He was
like he's
yeah.
from
He was
St.
he was
Louis.
doing his own thing. He was racing. So
Yeah.
we didn't really chit chat much. But
Right.
There
There was some wheel to wheel there this weekend.
Yeah.
too,
They
right?
did club racing.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, so talked to Austin and Daniel, showed him the Apex Pro, talked about the car, talked about the event. It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I won. And then the trophies, it took me a minute. They hand it to me, and they're mirrored because it's the Bass Ackwards Grand Prix.
You sent that picture, and I was like, what the fuck did you do to your camera, Robbie? It's backwards. But I didn't say anything.
It's because the entire award is written backwards. So it says first place, and it's mirrored. So I could read it in the mirror because it's the
hilarious.
Bass Ackwards Grand Prix.
That's hilarious.
And they hand it to me, and Matt Thompson, who drives the Mustangs, looking
Yep,
at
yep.
he's watching me do this, and I'm like,
The
you can see I'm figuring it out in my head. I'm very confused. I'm looking
He's
at
almost
tired.
there.
I'm
He's
tired.
getting
It's the
there.
end of
He's
the
it's
day.
the end
close.
of the day, and I'm looking at like other people's awards, and I'm looking at mine, and I look over, and Matt's like, "It's the backwards Grand Prix." Oh,
It's a pun, Robbie.
the awards are backwards too
Why is it the backwards Grand Prix?
because we
They
drove the
raced
course
by the track
backwards.
backwards.
So when you drove it the other way,
So
That's just the Grand Prix.
yeah. So like if it's counterclockwise, that's the normal race. But we drove it clockwise.
not sold on Hallett, guys.
I love
They
Hallett.
make
It's a
chicken dance,
Yeah,
whatever,
between the
and the
chicken
weird
thing and the-
puns.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
just,
sold.
It's just a 7 a.m. alarm. What was kind of cool though was that their showers are outdoor.
That's not cool, Robbie.
So you got like these brick areas.
is that a shot of the shower from the racetrack?
No,
That's a media stand, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
just corner workers.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, Jesus Christ.
I should have taken a picture of it, but yeah. So it's like 2 stalls. They're like bathroom stalls, but it's all brick, and then there's a door
Yeah.
that meet in the middle.
Okay.
Like, well, there's an aisleway, and then there's 2 doors that go on the side, and then they're like in like a cover area. But anyways, they're just open to the air.
The roof? There's no roof.
There's no roof.
Oh, so it's still private.
Yeah, you're not
there's no-
naked in front of everybody.
That's what I was
It's just
like.
it's just an open
like,
roof
all right.
shower. So like 10 o'clock at night, you're showering in front of the stars.
Oh, Jesus.
That's not so bad.
It's nice, and the hot water was hot the whole time.
It's because there were like 40 people there
It was nice.
instead of 15,000.
Well, Topeka has like all the showers,
Yeah.
but you have to like push it or hold it, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But this was just you just turn
That's
the
a
knob.
campground thing.
Yeah, you just turn the knob and it's good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was super fun track, super fun weekend. I've never
only it
won
weren't in
anything before.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was worth it though.
I don't like
I actually didn't mind, like, 'cause I took Highway 99 back all the way up to basically to Kansas City. That was a way better drive because I drive through like an Indian reservation, much better views. I don't have to drive through Tulsa.
No one wants to go through Tulsa.
Like, no offense to Tulsa, but I don't want to.
No offense to Tulsa.
I want nothing to do with driving
I
through
don't
Tulsa.
want to drive through anybody's city. So
Yeah, Kansas City's not any better.
is that in your shithole area,
Mine?
Tulsa? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Oklahoma. It's in my shithole area. I lived there. I can say that, right?
Hey, if you live there, you could definitely say that.
I was
would
7,
say.
but that's fine.
Ah, you live there.
Yeah.
You may or may not have memories of it.
I think that the western part of the state, especially the Panhandle, which is where I was, is a very different Oklahoma than like the eastern part, or like even like, you know, a little bit west of 35 all the way east is a very different Oklahoma.
I believe that.
So
I thought Tulsa was okay when I was there.
I've never been to Tulsa.
It's
to be completely
just
honest
kind
with
of it's
you.
just kind of okay.
I didn't stop.
The company my dad works for is based there. So my dad goes there like twice a year, but I've never been there.
Anything else? Hallett-wise?
They had like a metric shit ton of corner workers. Like every station had like 3 people.
That's cool.
Like they were super prepared. There was actually an incident where a Miata caught on fire.
Oh, I saw the video of
and
that.
and the guy was just like totally aware, and he just like pulls off and goes straight, drives his car straight towards the corner station. Obviously not to hit it,
Into
but like,
the corner station.
but like as close as he can, brings it to a stop, jumps out of the car, and by the time he gets it, the corner worker's running there with his fire extinguisher and gets it. You know, it was seriously the best situation for both of them.
I saw him post about it. I saw the video, the in-car video of the fire, and then some aftermath videos, and I read a little blurb on it. And he said, you know, kudos to the corner workers. They were there quickly. The car is probably just a wiring harness away from being, for the most part, back together.
This is really good.
Some cosmetic damage and some melted wires, and all things considered, he's good. One thing that I found interesting about watching him get out of the car, he was completely out of the car before he realized that his cool suit was still plugged in, his cool shirt, and he had to turn around and reach back in there to disconnect those hoses. And like, I never thought about that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Nobody makes like a forced disconnect for those?
He said that there's some sort of quick disconnect that he didn't have that he will have now.
Oh, well,
so I don't know. I don't know enough about the cool shirt system to know
what that part is.
But if you have a cool shirt system, you might want to look into that, because his escape time in that car was lengthened a good bit because of it.
Right.
Because, you think about your belts and stuff, but you don't think about the cool shirt.
Or you think in emergency you'll just break it or something.
Yeah.
That doesn't always happen that way.
No, it didn't. I mean, I don't know how hard he tried.
Well, maybe he got out and was like, it's all right, I've got time. And,
He specifically stated that he had to get halfway back in the car to disconnect his cool shirt in his little write-up about the incident. So I think that it was significant enough that he had to double back on it mentally, at least. So something to think about.
Yep. But a lot of corner workers, and actually, I spent more time talking to some of these people that that have been in the SCCA for 40 years. They would come up and look at the car. And they'd be like, "This is a Nissan." Yeah.
Makes weird noises.
It's a Sylvia, nerd.
So we'd sit and talk for like half hour. Just like one guy actually had won nationals in the club racing with the 240 with his team a handful of years ago, and he was talking about my car for a while. And then a guy out of Boone that Booney knows, he talked to me for like an hour, like just chit chatting about everything, my car, his car. And then like the safety steward, or like the chief steward of the whole event, came up to me. He's like, "What do you got in there?" And I was like,
"It's an SR20."
I was like, "It's an LS1. But it's through a cheap exhaust." He goes, "I love V8s through a cheap exhaust." I was like, "I love this crew. This is good.
Oklahoma, man.
This is a good crew.
That's where they go fast.
This is the same safety crew I think I've been running with every club race I've been at this year.
Okay,
so it's like,
that's pretty common. I know that
I recognized almost all of them.
The guy I know that I met through the Omni, Dick Struve, he does a lot of safety working for the SCCA, and I mean, him and his wife just go and be safety stewards at club events. So that's probably true.
Yeah. So it was nice to. It's kind of cool because everyone's starting to kind of like recognize each other that do this more regularly. So it's kind of like we're building that relationship, and everyone's chit chatting more often.
Cool.
So it was fun.
Look at Robbie being social.
I know.
I was very social this weekend.
Except for he felt bad about not being social with Daniel and Austin.
Yeah, I wasn't as social as I could have been.
You win some, you lose some. It's about growth, Robbie, and I feel like you experienced some growth. So
no incidents.
We're proud of you, nonetheless.
It was a super fun weekend. I've never won, so like I brought home 2 first place
that's
trophies.
Cool.
So
that's
nice.
cool.
That's nice.
You actually won with people in your class.
Yeah,
because I can say I've won, but there was no competition.
No, there's competition. Like
I have an
Adam and I got some participation trophies when we went to.
My Topeka's participation trophy's coming too. They emailed me.
I have an prepared trophy at at home from DMVR. I was the only person that ran that whole year. But
Hell yeah.
So,
Yep. Yeah, next weekend, or by the time you're listening to this, the weekend after.
yep.
I'll be in Topeka again, and then I'm on a break. Oh,
Whoa.
sorry. I'm on a break until September. And then it's Gateway, and then 2 weeks later it's Kentucky.
I might be interested in doing Gateway.
Yeah. Well, they changed it. They instead of this one apparently is backwards.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so that's sketchy. But instead of going into turn 1,
What?
they added they instead. Okay, so now here, I wonder if
No, I know the track because I stood out there for 2 days.
it's different now.
Taking pretty pictures.
How is it
They
different?
completely added a whole section.
Oh my god. Okay.
Are they embracing their road course heritage? Getting away from that oval shenanigans?
No.
No.
I highly doubt there's a picture of it. But where turn 1 is
Oval turn? Well,
where I guess where it goes where
Comes
where-
into the
where you
road
would-
course?
Yeah, where you go into the road course where you normally would go into 2, instead of taking a left to go back on the course, you take a right, you go back up onto the bank
What?
and then come back in.
What?
It's like they added this whole new part of the course. It hasn't been approved by the SCCA yet, but that's what we're supposed to be running on.
That's bizarre.
Backwards.
Backwards too.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no pictures of it I can find. So
That's
it's
weird. I guess backwards might work. Yeah, I mean, it should work.
Yeah, it should be fun. We did some pace laps at the last event just to kind of, like during lunch, we did it backwards. So it should be fun. Different, but I think it should be less sketchy than turn 1 going forwards.
But don't you kind of wish that you're running it in the same config? So that
It'd be
you
nice
could,
if I could conquer it, yes.
So you could, yeah. Because like back when we were skating, you'd get hurt on a trick and you'd always want to go back. You'd have to go back
I
and
have to conquer it.
conquer it.
Yep.
And now you're not going to be able to.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I'll conquer it backwards.
That's how I feel about Heartland Park right now.
Yeah,
I know I could be faster if I could pull my head out of my ass.
I get that.
And I didn't get to do that on Sunday.
Yeah. No, I'm going through like driving techniques. I'm reading Optimum Drive by Paul Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sitting there going through like, God, there's so many things I could be doing better.
Stig.
Yep. I got that book because I listened to him on the Slip Ankle show.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, that's a plug right there.
Yeah. You're welcome, Jabay.
Look at that.
Actually, Adam, you should probably get used to me texting and calling you very often, Mr. Jabay. Because not you,
No,
Adam,
I know,
Adam
but-
Jabay,
oh.
because I'm going to have lots of questions as I take over this TT
Tommy
section.
Sexton becomes vice president of operations at Time Attack. Yeah.
I think it's going to be less responsibility than you probably think it's going to be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a big
It's
deal.
still going to be mostly Eric.
It is
If
until
he's
next year.
Well, if he's mid-div guy,
Yeah.
it's still going to be mostly him.
Yep. So should be good.
Oh, I'm still really trying to figure out how to go to
Nationals.
nationals with you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna-
how, though.
That's September.
I'm still trying to figure out days off and how I
Yeah,
want to
so
do it. 'Cause, like,
what you were talking about is definitely not going to happen for me.
well, even I don't think that's gonna happen for me. I think what I'm gonna have to do is
If you condense that down into like the bare minimum number of days you have to do the event, I'm probably in.
yeah. So here's where I'm at is that right now I could either leave Wednesday night, drive a ways, and
Right.
and then finish it on Thursday,
If I go with, we can tag team it.
or just go Thursday. Well, Jess thinks she's coming too.
Yeah, we can
Which would
still
be great.
tag team the drive.
Well, yeah.
Thanks for the invite, bitches. Appreciate it.
I'm just volunteering
Jesus.
myself into Robbie's truck.
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
not
there's
like
room.
it's not like he invited me. I was more like, hey Robbie, if you're going, so am I.
Yeah. So my plan is either leave Wednesday or Thursday, get there Thursday, practice is Friday,
Yep.
race Saturday and Sunday, and probably leave Sunday night, get home Monday morning or Monday afternoon.
There's some big announcement that Hayward teased on the TT group.
Yep.
The SCCA TT group, but they haven't made yet, and I want to know what it is desperately.
I think
Oh?
because they were supposed to put registration out already because I was going to register and claim my number,
Yeah, I think that it probably has to do.
the sponsorship.
It's a
So,
sponsor that definitely is going to make the entry fee cheaper. Is probably what it is.
Yeah, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
So that was what I was speculating. Is that it's a pretty decent sponsor.
Yeah, because they pushed sign up back, which means it has to do something with that.
Nope. So July 15, I think, is the registration day
Yeah.
when it opens. So if you take 09,
Robbie's gonna come stab you.
I'm gonna find you.
We should
That's my number.
talk to Hayward and find out what it is so that we can talk about it.
I should just text Hayward, be like, hey,
Make sure
make sure I get
that number.
Make sure I get that number.
Try John. John could sneak it in there, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Johan.
Try John.
Maybe, yeah.
He owes us probably somehow.
He probably doesn't know anything at all.
Nobody owes us
Nobody
shit.
yes, he owes us a fucking thing.
But I'm still gonna ask.
You could
Yeah.
ask him. I think they're going to announce that we're announcing. I think that's what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that
We'll
the
find
big-
out when everybody else finds
Oh,
out.
there you go.
We didn't ask permission. We signed you up. Okay.
Cool. We'll
I
be
mean,
next.
we're not going to tell them no.
Yeah, right.
we'll
At
be
that point,
there.
they know, right. They have us exactly where they want us. Can we do news? I'm
Yep.
tired.
Yeah,
I'd
let's,
like to move
stuff
on.
and things and whatnot.
The news presented by Apex Pro, and I used that pretty extensively this weekend. And then I was showing everybody my times.
It's nice to be able to see your times when you come off the track and to see your Apex score, which is a bizarre thing.
Well, that's what kind of frustrates me. Not frustrates me, but it's like, on my first laps, I'll do slower, but my score will be higher. So then when I get better, my score kind of drops because it learns I could be going faster.
Right.
You know, you could be way faster. So what I was getting in like
Stop sucking.
I got like an 80%, but then like I dropped like 5 seconds off of that, but like I got a lower score. It's like, oh, yeah, you're just driving slow, like a loser. But it was kind of funny because like we'd get done, they're like, "What'd you do?" I'm like, "I did a minute 29:06 on my last lap." You son of
Piss!
You son of a bitch.
What I think we need to do is we just need to leave somebody out there as a rolling chicane for Robbie.
Why is that?
Slow him
me
down.
down.
Yeah.
No, I want to be fast. Yeah.
I mean, this is time attack, and we have to strategize.
I forgot to mention on Sunday because we ran it forwards, but we didn't have a practice session. We just had 2 sessions. They added 10 minutes to our first
Oh,
session.
Jesus Christ. A 30
long
minute
session.
How many laps did you get in?
My best lap, a minute 27:79.
Yeah.
Which is what won me the whole event.
Second to last lap.
Lap 19, my last one.
Lap 19.
I think I was like the only one on track.
You are the worst time attack driver ever, Robbie.
I don't care.
Everyone's like,
Got
"Oh,
everybody
I got
pissed now.
One and done. I'm just in. I'm out and I'm in.
Well, it's funny
Then
'cause
Robbie's like, I'm just doing whole sessions and laying down fast laps at the end.
I gotta get better.
Sandbagger.
Like Austin Hurdle goes out there and resets the Autobahn track record first session, first lap, and never bests it the rest of the weekend. Robbie's out here running 20 laps in a session and doing the fastest one at the end.
Which means I could be way faster.
Explain that.
It means he's not pushing his car as hard as it could
I
be.
pushed it harder this weekend than
at the beginning of the sessions.
definitely
He
not
doesn't
the
go out there, and this is why Robbie doesn't like to autocross, because he builds into it instead
do.
of having to throw down hero laps from the get-go.
Yeah, I build into it.
I don't. I just throw down. I've spent too much time autocrossing. I'm going to be a terrible track
The
driver.
time is now.
There's no better time than the present, Robbie.
No, I'm still learning my car and learning how to drive at the limit on those
You don't
tires.
need to learn cars. You just throw it. I mean, the best way to learn is to fuck up.
Is to go
sounds
over.
Really
The only
expensive.
way that you can learn, I tell this to my new guys all the time when they make mistakes. The only way you learn is by making those mistakes and then understanding what you did wrong.
I get that.
So you got to just
You can also mitigate the mistakes
Just send
and
it,
the
Robbie.
damage that
This
it
is
causes
called
to your
10
car.
Tenths Podcast, not 8 Tenths Podcast.
this.
You know what?
To quote Jared Deanda,
Yeah, because that's going to work out for me.
fucking send it,
Yeah, well,
bro.
this worked out for me and I won.
think the difference here is I'm the gentleman driver and Robbie.
Oh,
is
right,
the
right. You
car
don't have
owner.
to deal with the
shit's
fallout.
expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when you're like,
So-
oh, turns out my diff sucks, so that's $1,200.
Pro drivers never break cars. It's always the gentleman driver. Robbie's the car owner and the pro driver, which puts him in a really bad spot.
Very expensive.
And I'm the gentleman driver who doesn't give a shit.
I think you should just make a career out of driving other people's cars. I think that's. I think that's
you know
the
what's
move.
the sad part is that I think I probably could.
I think you should do it because
But
I think it's the move.
I like I've been friends with Josh for 15 years and I still feel weird about driving his car. But driving complete and total strangers' cars, not going to happen. I can't do it.
I think it's the move, man. I'm telling you.
It is the move. It's absolutely the move, but I can't do it.
Apex Pro, they just posted a video. They walked through the crew view portion of the app, and he must have recorded it literally as I was hitting share to all my lap times from last weekend. So you could see me pop up on the crew view. It's like Robbie out. Hallett record. Topeka records, like, because no one else has been there.
Got to fix that, guys. Get
Yep.
your Apexes.
Yep.
Get
Gotta
on
be-
track.
And drive faster than
Drive
Robbie.
faster than Robbie in your first lap of your first session.
Especially Topeka, where he did some sandbag cut corner 8 thing.
That's just it. The best time according to Apex Pro is a minute 58 when I did a minute 53. So
Allegedly.
Right.
There's no alleged about it. I get a trophy. SCCA send me an official trophy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I own Heartland and Hallett. So if you all want to shut me up, you got to beat me with your Apex Pro.
I've created a monster.
But you could go to apextrackcoach.com and use our discount and save some money when you buy it so you can beat me.
Beat the vice president of Time Attack.
For the DMVR.
So you have to put a pause in there, though.
Yeah,
the vice president of Time Attack,
Comma.
for the DMVR.
Yeah.
Return for the DMVR.
Right. We'll put that on a separate line on your business card.
We'll get him a second card that says that. Yeah, put them together.
It's on the back.
It's one of those folded cards. You have to open it. It's new. You guys don't know about
It's
this?
like a birthday card, but smaller.
Yeah.
I'm fading real hard. We got to keep going.
It's only 8 o'clock, dude.
Dude, we've been doing this for an hour and a half.
Oh.
Bernie Eccleston thinks he can fix F1.
You can see this bang up job.
I do want to say,
I think he's might be right this time.
that, and secondly, he looks much better with a goatee. He should have had a goatee the whole time.
He really, really does.
He looks fine there.
He looks
Yeah.
young.
No,
He looks good.
I didn't realize that was Bernie Eccleston.
I know. It looks like, who the hell is it? Oh, shit, it's Bernie Eccleston.
Well, it's because most of the pictures I've ever seen, he's got a bruise on his
The
face.
black eye.
It looks
from
like
getting
shit.
beat up when he got mugged.
When they stole his Hublot. But he looks, I think he looks
He
good
looks
there.
way better with that goatee.
Yeah. Then, now I can justify his supermodel 30-year-old wife.
That's what billions will get you.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Who wants to explain this? Because he's got a whole thing he wants to do.
It's a deal, isn't it?
Do you want to explain it?
So basically,
Not really. No.
I'll TLDR it, and then you can fill in the technical details. How about
Do you
that?
even read Reddit?
Huh?
That's
Too
a
long
that's
didn't
a,
read?
That's a Reddit thing.
Oh, I
But
know.
continue. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. He basically wants to introduce like a kind of a spec car that the lower teams can use, but should still be competitive. And if you are a bigger budget team, you can still run your own car under similar rules. So you can have your Ferraris and your Mercedes, and they're kicking ass and they're spending $11 billion a year. Or you can have Williams and Haas who are running in basically the same car that costs way less money annually and might actually be competitive.
Right. Yeah, so you'd have a constructors championship for the teams that are building their own cars. And then you'd have a team
I
championship,
think is what he called it.
which would basically be everyone that's driving a car built by some other manufacturer they just purchase.
Which is kind of like what they do in Formula E right now.
Yep.
I
And
think.
then there would still be the drivers championship,
Right.
which would
is
go to Lewis
Still gonna
Hamilton
be-
every fucking
right. It's going to be won by
It'll still be the same.
It's going to be won by the same person who wins the constructors champion because
That's just how that goes.
we're just spending lots of money. But I
think they should discuss it.
I think
How about
that,
that? I think it's a
that
good
not
idea.
only does it make sense, which is a weird thing for me to say about Bernie Eccleston's ideas because it's not involving like sprinklers on racetracks and weird shit like that.
Right.
But I think it also might actually pump numbers like on track.
Yeah.
You might, because if you have a car that has a limited defined budget but can be competitive, you might actually get some other teams that could come in and race this because they know that they can do something with it, and they don't have to have the nearly unlimited budget that Formula One basically requires now.
Right. You can get teams together that can have a $30-50 million budget. But when you're like, well, if you want to win, you're going to need about $250 million.
You want $30 million, you can be the slowest. You can be battling for last.
Right.
That's not a good thing to drive team numbers.
No.
But if you tell them $30 million a year and everybody else, well, 3/4 of the pack is racing in the same car as you and also spending $30 million. So it comes down to setup and driver. You actually have a chance.
Right.
There's going to be way more people who are interested.
Oh, and Bernie also threw out the idea of incentivizing it by any team that runs the spec series would get a $30 million incentive.
Right. 1010's podcast.
Would get $30 million
Race team.
to come
Right.
race.
No,
yeah.
no. I already sent in the paper.
All right, I'm driving.
Yep.
Porsche life.
Hell yeah.
It's time to change what we do.
I'll do qualifying and Robbie can do the racing.
Yeah. Or just let me build up to the qualifying. 'Cause I only have to put the lap in
you
last.
need to fucking send it, Robbie, and you can't.
I can't.
We've proven that.
Yeah,
you,
it's a single send.
The funny thing is,
Get
I'm
like
only
two.
like a second off until I finally put on the fast
yeah,
one.
but a second is an eternity in Formula One.
It is. Yeah, on the last session, it was 1:30 on the second lap, and then my best time was 1:29. So I was consistent on my last session. Learning my car, man.
The last session of the day of the weekend.
Yeah, I put in like 60 laps.
So
Only get better with track time.
I think
It's true. It'll get better.
I think he might have something for once. Of course, he's now completely powerless.
Yeah,
There's nothing to
it's
do
a little
with
late.
anything.
It's a little
Yeah.
late for him to
Like,
try to
wait
make
a-
changes.
Yeah, but maybe, hopefully, somebody's listening. Somebody who has the power.
Yeah, quite an interesting idea,
I like
in my
it.
opinion.
It would be cool to have a really competitive Formula One.
And I think
It
it'd
would
be
be.
cool to have a bigger grid.
Yeah,
I mean, the grid's not small now.
No, 20
It's definitely not the smallest grid, but there's always room for more.
right.
Well, I mean,
Within reason.
I mean,
60
realistically,
Formula
I don't
One
think
cars
we.
seems like a lot.
I don't think we live in a world where we're going to have too many cars on track at a Formula One budget.
No, we won't.
So,
Moving on.
moving on.
Reese Milton sets a production car record at Pikes Peak in a Bentley in a boat.
In a 15,000-pound car. I'm just estimating here.
It's
It's awfully low on that
it's
estimate.
1465.
Oh, okay, my bad. That's
or
the,
sorry,
that's-
14650. Sorry,
That's the race weight.
yeah, that's the race weight. The production one's a lot heavier than that.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, what's wrong with him? He did that Bentayga record last year.
Man,
He likes Bentleys, I guess.
if Bentley's going to pay me, probably. I mean, he's for sure got a Bentley. He went from driving Hyundais.
Yeah,
Now, don't get me wrong; they're fine cars,
I bet they make a nice race car.
but they're no Bentley.
Fuck no.
I mean, if Bentley came along and said, "Mr. Beck,
Yes,
we appreciate a fine thing like you do.
yes.
You're clearly a man of
Great
fine
taste,
tastes.
Hand me my scotch, thank you.
Would you
continue?
Would you be willing to do away with the Genesis
Yes,
in replacement for this Continental?"
yes,
You wouldn't tell him no.
yes. Be like, do I sign you? Where do I sign?
Right here across my
Do I
forehead.
sign your forehead? Do I have to get Bentley tattooed on myself? Because I'll make that appointment. You just
Yeah.
let me know.
I'll do it today.
All the way-
Oh, yeah, I'll do it right.
You know
I'll
what?
figure
Like
it out.
a
Fuck, I'll buy
Bentley,
the machine off Amazon.
a
I'll figure
Bentley
it out.
tattoo with the wings across your shoulders wouldn't be the worst tattoo.
No, you can
in
do
the
way.
world.
You could do
way
a lot worse.
Wouldn't be the worst. So,
The wings across your throat would be kind of
Hell yeah, bro. Doesn't
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton have a neck
He's-
tattoo?
No,
Aggressive.
he's got like a huge back tattoo.
Oh, he's got back
I
piece?
think it comes
he's
up.
got
his
a
neck.
bunch of tattoos.
He's covered.
Yeah.
He's-
But he doesn't have anything on his neck?
I don't think it's
thought he
on
had
the-
some
not
on his
the-
neck.
Not on the front, I don't think.
Or on the side of his
Maybe I'm
neck?
just not paying attention.
All right, I might be thinking of, there's a few people that are famous now that have, like, side of the neck tattoo, like under the ear.
Yeah,
that-
a lot of people have the behind the ear
It's
tattoo.
that white rapper I can't stand.
Post Malone on his
That guy.
eyebrow tattoo.
That-
Oh, I was thinking of the other white rapper that had the beef with Eminem. He's got some
Machine Gun Kelly. Oh,
Bad
yeah.
tattoos. Machine Gun Kelly's got bad tattoos.
Well, I mean,
He's got God is love.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
On his neck, and then the other ones are on his back.
that's not too huge.
That's not
No,
intrusive. Fuck, man, what's he make a year?
enough.
Like it's 100 million every 3 years,
Yeah, something ridiculous.
not counting promotions. That's just his driver's salary.
I'd be dead,
Yeah,
man. I'd be
that's not-
long dead.
That's not counting like any
his
like
Puma money.
Puma stuff, and
I'd be dead. No, I'm serious. In
Oh,
a gutter
yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. He flies around.
Wouldn't you?
He flies around on a purple private jet and
As-
just
oh,
like
as soon as
slams
it-
on
yeah.
supermodels all day long.
You could not give me $30 million a year and expect me to be alive. There's no way.
So
I'm
much
I'm not
cocaine.
even saying drugs or
No,
anything
no,
like that. I
it's
would
just-
jump some stupid quad thing off of something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I'd be
See,
dead.
I don't think that you would.
I think I might.
I don't think you would
I think I might.
because you're so like hyper concerned about where your money goes.
He tried to turn that into like,
Yeah.
I probably might
You'd
invest
be
like-
30 million into 100 billion.
yeah,
yeah.
You know what I would be doing, which is super lame, and I would hate
you'd
myself
probably
for it.
still live in this.
I'd be
house.
sitting at auctions buying GT Porsches and putting them in storage and
You'd
bitching
still
about
live
people
in-
doing
You'd
that.
still live in this house, and you'd still be like just low key in it, but you'd be balling out of control on the secret.
Maybe.
yeah.
I like the ball on occasion. Just kind of depends on the situation.
Is that sport exhaust?
Sure
I,
is.
I got one with the sport exhaust. I could have gotten one without the sport exhaust. Probably would have saved me some money.
I was so proud of Robbie for that.
Hey.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, don't worry. Next time I see you in public, I'll make it even louder.
right in the middle of West Des Moines too.
We're up by West
A
Glen.
bunch
at
of
the
people
stoplight.
and stuff.
Yeah, there was cars right by us.
There was a bunch of people.
Well,
out
the
there.
best part was you weren't 1 lane over. You were
like
2 lanes over.
Of course he was.
So
He was yelling
there were cars
across the car.
There's cars between us.
He was yelling across the front of a car.
Yeah, I was doing that.
Oh,
And
so proud of
Jess
you.
is leaning over me to get the picture.
I'm so proud of you.
Hey, what do you do? You know, sometimes the
Fucking
paparazzo,
paparazzi,
yeah,
huh?
man, they're thick sometimes.
Well,
Even in
imagine if you
Weston.
had this Bentley.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the Continental so much.
It's all
Like
right.
if I had Lewis Hamilton money,
That'd be your
For
day.
sure.
well, I couldn't he probably has some embargo where he can't buy a Bentley, but I would for
No,
sure.
he'd have to be in a Maybach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
an AMG 63.
I mean,
or
there's worse
65.
things that you get stuck with.
Right, I'd be like, "Oh man, my life sucks," right? But
You
if
poor
I had
bastard.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
had serious money, you bet your that's probably what I'd drive every day.
Yeah, I
These
get
things are
that.
so cool, and they are cheap on eBay. And I don't know how reliable they are because I haven't wanted to look into that far yet. I look at too much shit on eBay.
What's your
as it is.
definition of cheap?
I mean, but
45? I
you
don't
know what?
No.
You know what would fit great in there? An LS.
What's the
Probably-
worst?
You could
that
probably
could
fit
happen?
a Viper V10.
Dude, yeah, I was saying you could fit 2 LS. probably.
There was like for a while there was some dude in China that put a bunch of miles on these, blew up the motor, and put a 2J in it.
That'd work.
Here is a 2005.
It's a W12 in there. It's a
know, it's
monster of a motor.
It's massive.
Oh, shit, that's real nice.
It's got
There's here's a
turbos on
GT, 27,000 miles,
55 grand.
45 grand.
$38,000.
Oh, don't buy that new, is what you're telling me.
No, because it was probably like $210,000 new.
You
like that.
could own that.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be my next car. Like I could sell the Genesis and get a
You should
Bentley
do
Continental
that.
GT.
Oh, my-
What do I drive to work, Robbie?
The Porsche.
No, the
Yeah, I'd have to drive the Porsche to work. No, there's no way. I'd be
have to.
I'd be
No, and
hung
I-
and drawn
No
in the
way,
parking
dude.
lot.
Because you
They don't know.
just get like those really.
I'll get
terri-
Genesis badges. That's what
No,
I'll
no,
do.
no, no. You
Just
get
put 300C on it or something.
reverse that shit.
Dude, that's the move right there. Buy a really
Yeah.
expensive car and then try to play it as a Chrysler.
It's a Chrysler.
No, this you buy a Jag.
You remember
it's a
Plymouth?
Kia Monte.
Plymouth. They don't make them anymore.
Just get like those really terrible number stickers that they put that really sketchy used car dealerships put on there and on
Put
the
a price
windshield.
on it.
Just put 38.5 on there, and then people be okay.
That's not so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
you spent
fine.
double on your stupid 2500 HD.
Yeah, so fuck you.
The wheels are turning already.
I'm looking at another one right now. This one's newer.
We've
and
had worse ideas.
newer,
This is
less
up.
miles, and it's a GT Speed.
Man, there was one on Facebook not that long ago going around like the Track Midwest circles and stuff like that for 12 grand with no motor in it. Somebody had bought it to turn into a drift car and abandoned it.
That's an idea right there. I don't think I want to participate in that idea, but that's an
No,
interesting idea.
You should have bought it, put an LS in it, and drove
Just
it
driven it
daily.
every day. That would have been pretty sick.
So anyway, Reese Millen
Reese Millen went
going
up a
really
mountain.
fast. Yeah, he
Yep.
drove up a mountain. I love the Pikes Peak hill climb. I do my best to follow it every year. This year their live timing app sucked. They need to fix it. Last year it was way better. It regressed significantly, and I was super upset by it. But Will Young ran
Yep.
Yes, he did.
first time ever up the mountain. Not that far off of the front wheel drive record.
Wow.
I think it was like 11 or 13 seconds, which over a 10-minute run is not that much.
No, it really is.
For your first time up the mountain, considering it's real hard to like get any seat time on that track or anything like that. I mean,
He's within striking
he's there.
distance.
So that's cool. This ridiculous thing, which I love it. It's just,
He was 8 seconds faster than a
the
911 Turbo S.
yeah.
8 seconds.
But imagine how fast he could be in,
I guess it's 10 minutes, but still, it's a 911 Turbo S.
yeah, imagine how fast he could be in a not Bentley.
We're going to find out next year, apparently.
Are we?
I don't know.
Maybe. Or Bentley's just going to come up with a lighter car.
Yeah.
What I'm really annoyed by is that Porsche is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
There was a Porsche class.
Of course there was. What was there?
Why does there need to be a Porsche class?
Because like 40% of the cars that run up that hill are Porsches. And so they gave them their own class.
I still maintain why
And
we
I
need
think
a
it's
class.
sponsored by Porsche.
Oh, okay, there it is. That's why. Porsche gave him some money.
Yeah. They're just everywhere. I see them all over Des Moines.
I don't see them all that often, except for yours.
I almost got ran over by a Cayenne yesterday,
That's bad. Yeah.
and I stopped and like stared at her the whole time she went by me, and she never once looked at me, and I was like, fuck, I should have just walked out in front of her, because we were in a parking lot. Like, she wasn't going that fast. I would have been okay-ish. It would have been
the
fine.
settlement would have been
couple of
great.
weeks.
It would have
couple of
been
weeks
great
of-
podcast content.
Couple of weeks of rehab.
Yeah.
A couple months.
Yeah, plus the
whatever.
settlement check would have been
Yeah,
great
big
content.
fat check.
Yeah.
Cayenne S. She's got money.
Or she spent it.
She probably doesn't have any money. That's part of the
Her
problem.
insurance company does.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just hope it's not my insurance company.
Damn it, it's the same company.
But yeah, sad note. I want to say about this. We did lose somebody this year at the Pikes Peak Hill Climb. One of the guys they considered like a king of the mountain on the motorcycles. The first guy to dip below the 10-minute mark on a two-wheeled machine.
Yep.
Last corner of the hill, which
jeez.
really sucks.
That is too bad.
Well on pace to set a record. Lost control of the bike. Didn't make it. So, sucks. It's the reality of racing.
Especially on something like that, because I can't
Yeah.
believe it doesn't happen more often.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous race.
Yeah. Quite a few years ago, there was an Evo that took a tumble. I'm sure everyone's seen the video of it. It's like legit an 80-plus foot drop, and he just goes right over the edge. And that's when you really start double thinking about,
Hill climbs.
about making concessions on your safety.
Oh, you should never cheap out on safety.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, it's not going to happen to me, right? And then you see
except
someone
it does.
go flying off the edge of a cliff, and you're like,
Yeah, no.
race cars are dangerous.
No, I had
This car's
that.
super dangerous.
I had that second thought on my Hans. I was like, oh, it's not required for anything. Do I really need it? It's not cheap. I love it.
Yeah.
Makes you feel a little better.
It feels great. Like, I mean, when it was 95 and I was sweating, that was the only time it was really bothering me, because like I just kept kind of felt like it was moving. I think it was mostly my shirt was moving
Yeah.
with it, but that was I think I also could have strapped it down tighter, but
Yeah.
just figuring it out. But yeah, I'm a big fan of wearing my Hans right now.
Let's move it on.
Yeah.
Lawmakers want to electronically limit semis. Talking about speeds, and
dropping
I do
it
want to
to-
say that a lot of companies do this already.
Yeah, most of
72
them,
is
most
kind
of them
where
do.
they're at. But like,
Well, I Googled that because I was curious, because they do this little concession where it's like, okay, if you have a speed limiter, you will have to adjust it to 65 or less. But if you don't have a speed limiter, you're
exempt.
from this law.
Yes.
So new trucks have to have it, has to be programmed. Old trucks will have to be, with the speed limiter, will have to abide by the law. Old trucks without speed limiters, free game.
Wouldn't it be more effective to just be like, if you put this on there's this ridiculous insurance break, and it saves you money, instead of making like a law that says you have to do
Do you
it.
really buy that statistic they give?
No, it's
about how many
bullshit.
lives it would save.
It wouldn't save shit.
1,200 lives a year or something like that.
1,200 lives a year?
No.
We're talking about 5 to 10 miles an hour on average, I bet.
I'm not buying it.
I don't either.
The
Because I feel like if I get run over on my way home in my Dodge Caravan at 65, I'm just as dead as if it was 70 or 75.
Well, what I don't understand is you don't have accidents at 65.
No,
you have accidents.
You have accidents when I was supposed to be doing 65 and something happened in front of me, and now I'm doing 20.
Yeah.
That's when you have accidents.
Or you have an accident at a junction,
Yep.
or junctions for the most part. I mean, it's
I'm sure that there are the situation where someone merges into a truck or a truck merges into someone, but I think that those are statistically insignificant compared to the situations that you're talking about.
Right.
Well, there was no data for that. The DOT just said, it's 1,100 lives or 1,200 lives or whatever it was. It'll save a year.
Bullshit.
yeah, I'm not buying it.
Give me some facts, bro.
Yeah. If anything, like I think most of them put the limiters on for fuel mileage. I think is the main thing they're doing. They just accept the fact that there's going to be this much longer time frame to deliver whatever product I'm doing, because I'm averaging 5 mile an hour less over my trip, but I save this much in gas. It's worth it.
Right.
Which, okay, fine, whatever. But I'm not buying the safety thing necessarily.
No, because if you're having someone that's going 5 to 10 miles under what the speed limit is,
I think it's more
not safe. It's
dangerous.
not safe.
Almost.
especially if you have two of them trying to pass each other. And you got these moving
got
roadblocks,
frustrated
and
people.
everyone behind them that's not governed to a speed limit, and they're going as fast as they feel. They're more dangerous than the trucks ever were.
I watched coming down 80 one day, coming back from some job site somewhere, driving down Interstate 80, coming up on a very oversized wide load, like way wide enough that in order to be really safe, he needed to basically take up both lanes when crossing bridges.
Yes.
And so the pilot car behind him would move into so he's driving down
in the right lane,
the correct lane, the right lane. And so the pilot car behind him would move into the left lane to block, and then he would move into the middle, go over the bridge, slide back over, and then the pilot car would slide back in behind him.
Right.
Makes perfect sense. As I'm driving down the road and watching this as I'm coming up on him, I see what's going on, and I was looking ahead. I saw there was a bridge coming, so I slowed down knowing what was going to happen.
Yep.
Well, there's a car in front of me, but that car was going to be mid-pass on that bridge, so the pilot car pulled out in front of him
Yes.
to stop him from being in that place, and so the dude, when the pilot car pulls out in front of him, he went for the right lane to try and pass. So the pilot car shifted lanes again to keep him from passing, while the semi is merging into the middle of the lane, and he was going to make the pass.
His time was very valuable to him.
Let
Apparently.
that dude get run
He's
over.
gonna get fucking killed.
He
By a wide
deserves
load?
it.
Yeah.
No, there was oh god, almost the same, but not with a wide load. But I watched somebody do that the other day on the way to work. He was in the far left lane, cut all the way in. So this is on 35 through town here.
Yep, where it's
235, whatever it is.
3 or 4 lanes of traffic.
It's 4 lanes wide. So he's in lane 1. I'm in lane 4, taking the exit for 73rd Street.
Yep.
He cuts all the way over from lane 1 to the exit, and then cuts back to lane 1 to get
What?
around 5 people.
God.
He changed 8
Five,
lanes.
yeah.
6 or 8 lanes
8
of
lanes
traffic.
to get around these people.
Whoa.
And the
Fuck that guy.
And the truckers are what's wrong, right?
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I don't like.
I think we've talked about this before. Michael especially is very adamant against this sort of stuff because
Yeah.
this is the first step.
Yeah, it sets a precedent.
It's trucks,
not a
and
good
then
one.
it's cars, and
Yep.
then it's yeah.
Oh, we slowed these trucks down. Look how many people didn't die, even though they probably still did. Let's do it to everybody. It's a safety
It's
thing.
safe
It's
now.
just, I mean, it's just a stepping stone that they can build off of to slowly control all of it.
They got the birds already.
We
Jesus
got the
Christ.
birds.
Let us have our
Yeah,
cars.
and they fucked up our license plates, and now they're going to do this too.
It's no good.
I think the problem is we have a professional legislative body.
They make
and that's-
careers out of
They
it.
make careers out of it. So they have to do something every
Yeah,
day.
they're not serving
don't.
us. They're,
Or they
they're
are.
No, they just don't show up. But that was a bipartisan comment. That goes for everybody. The next thing I'm going to say goes for everybody too. But I think at some point, like, you just have to soapbox and grandstand and say, like, I believe that trucks are killing people because they're driving too fast.
Yeah.
And then you got to shove this bill through.
But,
so you're like, hey, look at the thing.
there's so many things that are wrong with this country that we could be focused on first.
Those are way harder though.
Oh shit,
That's-
those are
that's-
harder.
Nobody wants to.
The budget?
Nobody wants to tackle the
Fuck
hard
that,
shit.
dude.
Yeah,
But
This
that's way
isn't
difficult.
fixing anything.
But somebody can claim victory.
Welcome. It sucks here. It's the worst.
But it's not just here, dude. It
It's
don't
everywhere.
matter.
It's everywhere.
is everywhere.
It sucks in
everywhere.
Britain. It sucks in France. It sucks in alleged Australia. It just sucks.
Fuck Brexit. I don't have a strong opinion about Brexit. I'm
I don't
not
know.
educated enough on
No,
it.
care
that
either way.
has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Doesn't direct.
I mean,
it might.
It probably
directly-
does. I'm an American. I just don't.
It,
learn.
it
I don't.
affects you some way, somewhere.
I
along
was
the line.
educated in America, which means I don't know anything about Europe or America.
I bet. Yeah, I was gonna say, I barely know anything about America.
I have no idea what side of Oklahoma I was on. I don't know what shape it is.
I'm
from America.
It's like a pot
It's a-
with a
yeah.
handle.
But yeah, but what side is the pot handle on?
The
left
panhandle's
side.
on the west side.
So I was not in the panhandle.
No, you
No.
were on the east. You're on the
Okay.
good side of the state,
Huh?
allegedly, from what I've been told.
Theoretically, yeah.
You were next
Never-
to Texas. Were you aware of that?
No,
Was I?
He was pretty north of Texas.
Well, he was bordering Texas. Like, I mean, the next state would have been Texas.
Dang.
if you
To
continued
the south. Yeah.
yes, you would have been.
You aware of that?
I was
you would
pretty
have been
close
in
to the south.
Yeehaw!
You
Yeehaw.
were pretty close.
There
to the
was
south.
a lot of yeehawing going on
Dude.
down there.
Dalton was in his prime with
Yeah.
the Longhorn.
Yeah, his truck fit in.
It was just
well.
another truck there.
He's like a celebrity down there. Probably he's got a Corvette and a Longhorn. Are you fucking shitting me?
Time out. We go to Walmart, right?
Oh, no. I'm
no,
so
no.
excited about this.
And we walk out. I shit you not. We walk to the wrong Longhorn. And he's sitting there pushing the button. And there's a lady and there's like a woman and her daughter are walking and we're clicking the button. He's like, what the fuck? And she's like, that's ours. There's 2 of them.
I'm sorry, I'm from Iowa.
There's probably like 45 of them. It's like Dalton's version of hell. They're all Longhorns. No, fuck. I'm never getting out of Walmart.
They were like 10 feet from each other. Same color. Everything.
That's pretty damn funny.
Actually, his was a long box.
I was going to
theirs
say,
weren't,
I'll
but
bet theirs wasn't long box because his is ridiculously huge.
we had
because of
to.
it.
We went to the Walmart or the McDonald's drive-through. We had to back up and take
Yeah,
the
you
turn
did.
twice.
They don't make that McDonald's. In Texas, you wouldn't have that problem.
No,
I'll tell you that
Texas
right
bigger
now.
in Texas.
Yeah. They got that figured out. Everybody's got a long box.
Dude, when we went to the Burger King in Topeka, like, he didn't fit in that parking spot. I mean,
Nah,
he parked in that parking spot, but he didn't fit in that parking spot.
I bet parking spots in Texas are sized for Kodiaks. You know?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
If you don't have an
Texas.
F650, fuck you.
Yeah, everyone's in King Ranches and Longhorns.
Yep.
That's 2 hours. That's 2 hours.
Shut it down.
That's too long. We got other stuff to do. See you guys next week. Goodbye.